There it is. Hello, everyone.
Pass.
That was scarily accurate.
That was pretty good,
You
right?
sound like Corey. It was. I was disgusted.
Disgusting.
I was appalled. I'm offended. I'm gonna leave.
You got the power.
All right, everyone. Well, hello and welcome to RRR The Breakdown. First Outbreak Case 4.
Coronavirus is still around? You gotta be smug joke kidding me.
All right.
Get it?
So that's where we're at right now.
Huh.
Well, guys, thanks for watching. It's been great. This is our last episode. We've been canceled, as I've heard from the higher ups.
Hey, lasted longer than
Josh.
Sweeps.
yeah, both of those things. Well, yeah, hello, Cuddy Wilson in the chat.
Is he the only one
Wilson.
here?
You can't take more Corey. What? There's always room for more Corey.
Yeah. Corey's
Always around. Forever and ever and ever.
Hey, Josh, why are you still the smoke screen?
yeah,
I
Josh.
don't know.
The bit's over.
So I guess we just jump right into one-ups, yeah?
Yeah.
What the
All
one?
right.
We always do.
I mean, not one-ups, upgrades.
Duh.
What they're
This
called.
is the street.
Yeah.
The street is the new pre-show that we launched. a
Yeah,
couple
I
weeks
hope you
ago.
guys have enjoyed the streets. That's been a fairly new thing here, but we hope you guys have been enjoying that every week. Those guys are all right.
They're all right.
All right. Massively all right.
They're just all right.
They're okay.
Okay. No. Okay.
We've got 8 people.
Okay, so upgrades. I got a few things this week. I got a box from Mandarake because I just randomly felt like buying a bunch of shit because I'm stuck in my house all the time. So let's fill in that financial gap that I'm missing out on because I'm not going out all the time. So I'm going to walk away now. All right. So in the box was a double candy toy or Gashapon Ride Watch. So I have almost all of those. I think I'm just missing Blade, and then I have all the Heisei Riders. Got a little wizard vinyl because for my SODO display, I'm doing all of the ride armors next to their respective rider, and there isn't a Shoto or SODO version of Wizard yet. So this is as good as we're going to get for now. And it's better than the McDonald's toy I had there before. So
You had a McDonald's Kamen Rider Wizard toy?
I did. I randomly found it in a bin at Frankenson's one day, and I bought it. So
Nice.
yeah. And then the biggest item in the box was a 01 driver. So, I got the Rising Hopper key.
Authorized.
I got the Hopping Kangaroo key because it was only 1,000 yen. So why not? And then I also got the Build Progress key because I really like Build. So, and I wanted another Progress key to play around with. So this is fun. I still mess up on the order to do things. I'll always put it in before I authorize it. And I'm like, damn it. So yeah, I just keep messing it up. So that's really cool because that's the first time I've ever had a rider belt while the show is still airing and relevant. Yes, thank you.
Nice. Good timing.
And so yeah, that's been fun. And then also in that box was just a bunch of SODO because I'm still catching up on Geo shit because I'm hopelessly always behind on that stuff. So in it was Ride 6, which had some of the WAS other forms. I forgot where my camera is. I'm an idiot. Okay, there we go. So yeah, these guys. I got some extra. I found some extra WAS bodies. I'm on Darake at the store I was shopping here, so I threw them in the box, so I didn't have to deal with that shit. And I still have to put together double. I don't have a blank Geo body for him though. I do have a blank Gates body for when I thought that these were the armor bodies. So I might just say fuck it and throw this on here because I'm just really over it. Freaking Geo's SODO line is so stupid and frustrating. And then I had to put together Agito's armor, and then I threw Hibiki on the red Gates body that I have, and I only have one because I figured the color schemes look really good together, and I really like how this looks. So, yeah, and then I also have an extra build Rabbit Dragon, the gold and silver version. I have an extra one of those now, so that's fun. Oh, yeah, and the last thing that was in there was a candy toy Toric Android for like 200 yen. So I was like, oh, well, just throw it in the box so I can attach it to the ride vendor. So now I got the little bike thing. So
nice.
Yeah, a lot of rider stuff. So that's been fun catching up on stuff. It's nice having some stuff when it's relevant. Yeah, it's not a normal thing for me.
Agreed.
But I think anything else happened this week? No, I'm still working. I'm still going to work anyway. So that's
going to Jack in the Box before the club.
Yeah, before the club. You know how I do.
That's how we roll.
Yeah, I think that will be about it. So Corey, go ahead.
SODO!
Hey, that's it.
And that's it.
That's it. Yep.
That's all I got.
I got some. I don't know. I've been told that I was doing stickering. So apparently they're all agreeable except the Tamashi combo. It was.
Hey!
Ignore her.
So I did some Gaim at the same time. And they're not as bad. They're not as bad. Also, I didn't technically buy anything this week, so I just did some stickering. And I would have put up some episodes in Go Mango. However, Risco Rain happened. So I'll just upload some episodes tonight whenever I feel like it.
Nice.
Hey Corey.
SODO!
Hey Corey, when are we recording Falero? Yeah. You haven't messaged me in a long time. And, like, what the fuck?
SODO! You know. I don't know.
Kagami.
Now, Corey, I don't think you need to be calling aerosol names now. Jesus.
Cool.
It's quite mean.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Find out soon. I just need to sort out my boxes at the back. Don't look. It looks clean there, but I have some invisible boxes to clean up in the background. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
So Josh.
All right, so my one-ups, I got a Ultra Megaforce Pink figure because I was missing that in my collection, and I got some Power Ranger cards, and I got Animal Crossing for my Switch that I have. And then also I made a purchase of a loose Lightning collection figure for MMPR Red, and I just bought the accessories for my Lightning collection figure collection for some reason.
Why?
because I needed the power sword to fit in the hand so it doesn't rub up the paint. Because that apparently needed to happen. It's not totally a waste of money at all. And then also, I was doing some schoolwork on Twitch. My astronomy class is on there apparently. Oh, whoa. Yeah, that's basically it. I was doing stuff.
God,
Why are you in the chat and in the call? It
Somebody.
doesn't make any sense.
It's a monster.
Look
It's a
out!
monster. It's
Monster.
a monster. I'm being serious.
Monster!
So just ignore the monster in the back. Yeah, that's basically it this whole week.
Watch out, radioactive Josh.
Look out, boy! Look out!
All right, so Chris, go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Long's Toys. Today I got. Hang on, let me refer to my notes.
Great day.
Shut up! Today, don't give her attention, please, for the love of God. I don't know Grayson very well, but I'm sure he wouldn't appreciate this right now. Yes, I contracted it not very long ago, but thankfully I will heal eventually. But my visual aids do not define me. They just, it's something that I live with. So first, I got a Geo DVD with the Woz Ride Watch, as you can see. Yeah, there you go. It's the nice Woz Ride Watch. It's been pretty cool playing it with my GQ driver that I definitely have. And then I got a Beetleborgs DVD. It's really cool. I haven't played anything yet. And my Beetleborgs DVD. That's right there. So that's really cool. After that, I got some Star Wars Lego. Yeah, I haven't put it together yet. But other than that, and then finally to top it off, I got some Transformer manga. Took a little bit to ship, but I think it was worth it. Yeah, it was a little expensive. They got here. I've got some other stuff that's chilling in the garage. It's being decontaminated along with my wife because she went out to go get the mail, so she's got to stay out there now. For a few days. So yeah, that's. I mean, I'm gonna miss her, but it is. I mean, like she'll be back, so it's fine. She understands. She gets it.
Nice.
She knew what she was getting herself into. So yeah, other than that, I think that's about it. Been watching Ninja Storm. I passed Josh, but once again, it's not very hard to do.
I know, right? It's not like I have a lot of time.
Brian and I might record an episode of.
Wow, Josh, way to self-burn. Jeez.
I know.
Brian and I might record an episode of Geek whenever the fuck we want, and then. Yeah. Other than that, that's me.
Yeah, better safe than sorry.
Sorry, I couldn't say it better myself. Me.
All right. Well, Aerosol, this is your turn.
I don't know what Am I Aerosol? Am I supposed to be?
I guess so.
I don't know what show this is. What the fuck is a breakdown?
Breakdown is what you are currently at.
It doesn't exist.
The worst part is, as you guys were screaming at me to be on, I thought to myself, you know what? Finally, for once, I can be on RRR and not have to deal with Corey. It's in my contract. I only record one show with him. But no, he's still here. He's still haunting me. Do I give my one-ups or upgrades? Do I give someone else's?
So what you gotta do is you gotta go next door to your neighbor's house, ask them their upgrades, no context, and then if they don't reply, get more aggressive. And if that doesn't work, go to extreme measures.
I feel like this was meant to be a joke of some kind.
No,
On
No, see,
your audience.
you don't joke on this
Aerosol,
podcast.
jokes are funny.
I think the joke was on me.
Oh, Aerosol
I think
Tyler's upgrades.
Tyler's upgrades. The fuck does Tyler do? Train or something?
Murder train?
Murder
I
Train? That's what I
think-
heard.
That's Aerosol.
Murder train.
The burglar
I'm-
or something.
I'm gonna pass.
Oh, okay, so he's playing Dawson tonight. Okay, we got it.
No, I don't mean. I just mean. I'm just gonna pass. I'm so confused.
Oh
We can't wait to have you back on.
Every time I come back to RRR, there's a new cast.
I
I
mean,
think you guys are the same people.
We got a note from the higher ups. We had to get more diverse. So you go. Out we all know them stuff.
We had to appease the network.
Yeah.
ugh.
Black Kevin was like, "Hey, we gotta
Wait, guys. Okay, so let's rewrite Black Kevin, but let's actually make him black.
What a concept.
Does he stay awake?
That we
Yeah.
cannot promise. We cannot promise that.
I don't know about you, but me, Chris, one of the blackest guys you know, I'm definitely more of a Family Matters guy, if anything. You know, if we're on the subject, I'm definitely a Family Matters guy for sure. Also, Dawson, thanks for joining us. Josh, you finally reunited with your dad after all these years.
Yay!
I know my name in the screen doesn't say Dawson, but it's me, your father.
Yay!
I have returned.
It is I,
Sodo,
your
Sodo,
father,
Sodo, Sodo, Sodo.
Awesome Rider.
Dawson Rentals.
I promise I won't disappear for months on end this time.
All right, guys. I'll be back. Leaves. All right. Well.
What do
Well, I guess now it's time for
Upgrades.
What?
viewer upgrades, right?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Corey, you got that ready?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's do that.
Sodo.
Wow. Corey, you got the slides ready this time? You got slides ready this time, Corey? Way to step it up this week.
Sodo.
Yep.
So
Yes, I finally caught a Sodo. I can't wait to level it up.
Oh no.
Sodo evolves into Shodo.
Sodo.
And then you can Mega Evolve it into Shodo X.
What do we have
Okay.
here? We got some upgrades.
Yay!
These are
yeah,
void.
upgrades.
Like got some PS4.
Are we presenting that?
Yeah.
Really?
Is the slide up?
It doesn't show on the display you have here.
Hey, yeah. Let me have a look.
Classic Corey, never doing his job right.
Yeah, I rescind my compliment earlier. You fucked up already.
Oh, cool. This
There
is
we
happening.
go.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. We got Mr. Boy having a PS4
Nope,
game.
this is still very much the StreamYard screen.
This is still the graveyard.
Oh, you can't see it?
No, this is the StreamYard. You're sharing that one.
Oh shit.
Shit.
Exception.
Quick, regroup.
All right.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. Let's have a look.
Please hold. Please stand by.
Hello?
Can you see?
We can see the StreamYard.
Can you
Thing.
see? Oh, you can't. Can you see the upgrades now?
No,
No, it's still
definitely cannot.
Inception.
Still Inception happening up in here.
Okay. Let's start this over again.
Yes. Take it from the top.
And a 1, and a 2, and a 3.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Complete silence.
Can you see now?
Oh, okay. There
Oh,
we
there
go.
you go.
Yay!
Yay!
All right, PowerPoint.
Yay!
Yeah, all right.
PowerPoint.
Okay, we have Mr. Void Ranger has a PS4 game. Persona 5 Royal.
Yeah.
That's a
And
good
sorry, I cut off his
Head.
can. I mean,
Mountain
he's
Dew.
can of drink. Mountain Dew Frostbite. Oh,
Ooh.
that's cool. Who wants to present the next one?
I will.
Hello.
Huh? What'd you say, Josh?
I will.
No, you can sit back. That's cool. Up here we got Toku fans. What is this? Ultraman X changer or something like that?
It's an X divisor.
Oh, the X divisor. Of course.
Chris.
Why didn't you let Josh present it? He actually knows.
I know.
What it is.
No Ultraman.
Yeah, I actually knew what it
I don't
was.
even know what the
All
thing
right.
is.
Sad.
Josh does not know Ultraman like I do. All right, so he needs to sit down. Obviously, I knew this was X divisor. I was just testing Josh, and he actually knew something for once. So
I know, right?
it's a shocker. So there's that, and then this is really cool. I wish they kind of would like tweak the X divisor a little bit. Make it a little bit more like a Voyager class transformer, something like that. But other than that, it's a pretty cool
Yeah,
toy.
because that's what I want to do. I want to strap a Voyager-sized transformer to my wrist. That's what I want to do.
Why wouldn't you?
Hey guys, you know what would make this Dragon Dagger better? If I strapped it to my wrist. There we go. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I gotta get my Dragon Dagger. Hang on.
Or
I
just
gotta-
like a ranger key.
I gotta get my Dragon
Yeah.
Dagger.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
So it's time for
Breaking Hero Time!
It's okay for women to say on.
Yep,
Good
that's
job.
definitely how the jingle goes.
Yeah, good job, Chris.
Yeah, isn't it?
It's
Yeah,
weird.
Chris is so good at the jingle. He does it every week.
I know, right?
Well, like tired. I filmed like I had to put out 5 reviews today. I had to make like 3 cuts. All right, that's a lot for me. Okay.
Well done. Get
Well,
those deep cuts.
Well, surprisingly, I watched it this week. Superhero
You
Time.
don't gotta lie, Josh. Jeez. This was episode 4 of Kiramager?
Yeah, I didn't quit it.
Yeah,
You don't
okay.
do
We know you're done already, okay?
You don't do episode 4s.
So who wants to summarize Kiramager?
See, I fixed it.
Well, in Kiramager, they
Mabu
happened in
Shina.
this episode. Oh yeah, the uncle came back and he was like,
Easy.
"Hey, I'm good." And then she was the niece, Mabushina. That's her name, right?
Nebula.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, you're actually good. Let me get you a thing." And then she went and brought the thing.
I think I've seen that video before.
And then Red was like, "No, you're not a good guy." And then he slashed him and he told her to run away and get out of there. And then they found out he was lying. He put on an ugly mask and he rode a dinosaur train away.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was the episode. and just so we're clear, that is never happening again on this show. That is not a normal thing.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
What?
What are you talking about? We're not doing
What are
breaking
you-
hero time on the breakdown anymore? Is that what you're saying? Not going to be a
What are
normal
you
thing?
talking about?
You're saying this is going to be a normal thing. You mean like we're not going to do breaking hero
No, like
time?
me summing it up.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No, I'm not going to be dedicated to doing a summary every week.
Great.
'Cause then I'm gonna,
He's on the streets. So.
see, I imagine this ending up devolving into me like trying to make a bunch of stupid jokes that end up taking about as long as the actual episode itself.
Yes.
So I don't think that's a very good idea. So I'm gonna avoid that.
So, what do you guys think of episode 4?
It was
I liked it. It was I was surprised they used the Gemini Stone again. I thought that was gonna be a one and done type thing.
I got a bump
I
butt.
don't really know why he had to bump it to turn it off, but, but you know what? Whatever. But Juru continues to surprise me as a leader.
Yes.
He has all of the characteristics that would normally make me not like his character,
Mm-hmm.
but the way he presents himself is in a really good way, and I like what they're doing with it. So
He didn't Kiramager this episode, did he?
he did not, which was
No,
very
he didn't.
surprising.
I like Yellow as a second in command. Like, he's trying to help out, being like, you know, reminding the leader to take on the leadership role, which is pretty cool. I like it. He can be a douche, but he's a good douche.
He's a good, thorough, clean douche.
Come back and be my douche again.
He's top quality douche right there.
Josh the
Oh,
Lock.
God. Oh, dear.
I agree.
go.
I agree with you though. I like Yellow quite a bit.
Yeah.
He seems to be the one with his head on straight, like amongst the team, as far as like, you know, we are this cohesive group that needs to, I don't know, strategize and think ahead and like not trust everyone who just comes across our path. But yeah, he is kind of a douche. I like him though, but I don't know. Dawson likes douche.
That makes sense. that tracks.
I thought the
So-
mecha scenes were pretty cool. They're
Yeah.
really well made and stuff. The way they played out.
I was surprised it was a monster from the last episode.
It was? Oh, I didn't. Oh, shit. I didn't read
Well,
I didn't
because the monster was created from the monster from last week's episode.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
they just
So I
used
thought
them
that
in the
was
same
I thought that was neat.
mold.
Like they don't always like it's a good way of like not always having to get one of the weird jumpsuit looking guys down there. So one
Yeah.
of the Showa villains down there.
I really like the mecha battle scene. Like, he killed his own monster because he's like, "You're in my way. Get the fuck out." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, you just gotta go.
we don't need you. And then like Tarantula Dude's like, "Oh my god, he's so scary."
Yeah. He's so scary. He scared off the bottom half of my mask. I had to cover it up in makeup.
But in terms of like the plan itself, Garza, you know, he actually is truly evil in this sense. He wasn't brainwashed. He wasn't. He's not influenced or anything by the empire he's serving now. So he really is like a jealous old brother to the king. And what else? He even stated that he actually did kill Mr. King Oradin, right? And I don't know if that's
They said in the episode that he's dead, but I think he's probably not. To be honest,
I have a
That's my
feeling that he was on the brink of death. that he may have survived and somebody made him escape
there's
out
always
of.
like with Toku, it's always the thing of the way they portrayed his death. They just drug his body away, and unless they blow up, I don't think they're really dead.
He's dead. Like if they fall off a ledge, I'm like, they're coming back in like 10 episodes.
Yeah, that's just kind of like a Toku trope, but it's like true. Like unless they are like blowing up, they're usually not dead. So I think he's gonna come back in some capacity. So,
but what do you think about Mabushina's feelings and her actions during the episode? How do you feel?
It makes sense because like it's her dad and like she wanted to see him again.
Yeah,
very emotionally driven, right?
It's understandable.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just for me personally, it wasn't a boring episode. It was just one of those things where it's just like telling me shit I already know. Like
Yes.
I know he's bad. Like he's bad boy. And just giving me like the SMOGJOUKIDDIN fight was good, but seeing Jewel, like I already like Jewel. I've liked Jewel from episode 1, so it's just seeing more of him being good is cool. I just wish that like it's the beginning. Let's just get some more character focused episodes. I feel like I don't really know that much about the other 4 right now. So
yeah. So next week will be Yellow's episode focus. The other 3 didn't do as much, which is that's fine. They're still quite enjoyable in this episode. I like Blue's shadiness, like saying, arguing about something stupid.
yeah.
I really like him. He's really cool. What else is there to talk about? I liked how like Mabushina has an ability to shine, like a solar flare kind of situation to escape. So she would they were trying to get the jewel off her because like she was taking it to Garza, and then she's like, "No, I want to take it to him," blah blah blah, and then she goes shiny shine, and then blinds everybody, which is pretty cool. I like that.
I think an interesting thing would be sorry to cut you off. I think an interesting thing would be like finding more things out about like what the king could do and his powers and things that Mabushina could do and potentially Jewel could do. Can Garza do those same things or do his own twisted version of those things? Like
I would imagine he would darken things.
Yeah, but like with the Crystallia power, like on the bad guy's side, like what would that look like? Like because you have Magi Ranger where like you had Woolzard or Korag or whatever. He was the only one on that side who could do magic as well. So it's like you have some of the good guy power on the bad guy side.
Yeah. And there was a situation where like Garza was like to Jur, like, how do you know what I'm doing and all that? Like, how do you know all this stuff, blah blah blah. And then you know how Jur was dreaming about it. So they're delving into like the connection between
like the episodes like basically setting up for Jewel's like connection to Crystallia.
Yeah. And I dug that even though it was a very small thing, the whole laughing bit did teach us a little bit more about the people of that world.
Yes. Yeah.
So it was something like I would have considered because I'm sure, we all watched episode 0. We all watched that scene go down and, you remember hearing that sound, but then once you have the context of, oh, that's him laughing. It's like, oh,
yeah, I did not know that.
That's a lot different. That's very different. So it's very subtle, surprisingly subtle for recent Sentai.
Yes.
But it was good. I enjoyed it.
So anything you want to add, Aerosol?
Not too much. You mentioned that the mech battle was pretty cool. I like the on foot battle too. I thought that was shot pretty well.
Yeah, the choreography was pretty neat.
I assumed it was going to be the coolest fight of the week, but 0-1 happened.
Not there yet.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's terrible.
But-
You gotta save the best for last, Dawson.
Dawson never waits. Yeah, I was glad that we kind of got to this sooner than later too, with him coming in and them finding out that he was evil, which I feel like should have been obvious to her from the get-go, but whatever.
It's her dad.
It was explained.
Get that, Dawson.
I get it, but
Yeah.
I'm glad that we got it out of the way, and I'm
Yes.
hoping he doesn't just end up being like what has become the obligatory like first general character that gets offed in the first 10 episodes. I don't think he will, because he's like her uncle, so I feel like that should have a lot more significance to it.
I mean, they stole it from Ninja Storm, so like I'm really just like a Sentai purist. As the Sentai purist as I am, I'm just really pissed that they would just use such an unoriginal story route. And all I can say about that is, yeah.
I mean, I could see him. Could be off with his head, then after that come back in a later episode. I don't know. Do you see him as a redeemable character, like taking on another ranger? Like,
Absolutely not. If they redeem his character, no. Stop
Yeah.
that.
I kind of hope
I will take bottom lip guy before I'll take this guy as the redeemed character.
I mean, the tarantula dude kind of seems very scared of how Garza is doing things. So I feel like he may play as a double agent later on or something like that. I don't know. It depends.
I don't know what to expect with Sentai villains anymore.
Yeah.
They're either really good or not.
Yeah. I mean, they're okay. They're okay. They're not that annoying.
They're either good or they're
Tarantulas-
bad.
No, I'm not saying they're annoying. Like, it's only been 4 episodes. I don't know enough yet. So
Yeah.
I like,
Oh, they're on a good
and
track.
you know,
They're on a
they
good track.
they very easily could have done something similar to Geizorg with this whole like with her uncle or whatever.
Hmm.
And that's what I was kind of worried about when I saw him like put the armor on in the first episode. I'm like, oh great, are we doing this again? Are they gonna piss me off again where I drop the show?
We'll
but,
never the same ever again.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It was it was good. It was a
Overall,
good
it's a pretty
time.
good episode. Is there anything else we need to discuss the episode about? No?
Not really.
That's a good point.
I think it's time for 01 though.
Yeah,
Mm.
0-1.
01.
Zero one. Soto.
The competition arc is finally over.
Yeah.
Yay.
It feels like we got just the end of this arc feels like we just like got out of the car after a really long car ride. We're
Yeah.
just kicking our legs.
We're stretching our legs out.
Oh, what day is it? Oh my god. Oh, jeez. Then you find out you're only halfway there. It's like, oh.
So let's start off with how do we start this off? Oh yeah. So they were still in the voting stage between Zaya and Hidden Intelligence. And you can see the amount of racism they have towards Humagis. And they've been, Haruto was trying to get some votes.
Racism real quick. Oh my God. It was like a day. They're like, "Hey, human gears are our best friends," and then tomorrow, like, "That suck, I would die."
You're the worst.
Yep. And then, so Izu was like pushed around quite a lot in this episode as well, which is, I don't know what's going on with the girls this week. Like, you got Mabushino in a breakdown, and after that you have Izu trying to get killed. My God, what's going on?
Yeah, Valkyrie going.
All I know is if
going
he ever
nuts.
lays a hand on Izu again, I'm gonna kill him.
Yes.
Get your fucking filthy hands off of her.
Yeah. But the MVP of this week was
Fua.
Jesus
Fua,
Christ,
man.
Boat.
Right?
What do you think about him being Naki? Him and Naki are the one.
It makes sense.
It does. And
it ties it all together, I feel like.
It makes more sense now that because I remember the scans. Because I remember seeing her in the scans, and I'm like, oh, cool, it's just another fucking human gear, whatever. And but this makes everything make a lot more sense. So I'm also very curious on Yua's human gear that she has embedded in her.
Yes, that's right.
But she has to have one as well.
Yeah.
So I'm interested. I'm sure that'll come into play later. But
Fua is a big really guy. Yua's human gear is actually MC Checking Out's twin brother, DJ. Yo, what's up? So you was gonna be like, yo, you gotta get it, yo, out of nowhere.
So he's gonna be Alpha 6. Great, can't wait.
Yo, Tommy, get off my dick, all right? I'll get to it.
So do you think we would see Bo as not Bo, Naki as in a physical human gear form later on down the track? Do you reckon?
I think so.
If you
I mean, if they go as far as to cast someone, I think so.
Yeah.
Or at least they're gonna have like some kind of shared conscious eventually. I think at the very least.
I mean, Jin wants to extract the actual AI chip from
he does.
brain anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But Hirobi was totally against it. So I wonder what.
Well, yeah, because he says the Ark doesn't want that, and I think
it's the will of the Ark.
Yeah, it is the will of the Ark.
Mm-hmm.
It's the will of the Ark.
It's the way of the. You've got the power. It's change into power. Digimon.
Nailed it. Good job, Chris.
He-Man and shit.
I felt,
but yeah,
I felt Fua got a lot of development in this episode.
He did, yeah. Fua is actually. I'm surprised at how much, because when you think about it, Haruto is very much the same. His he hasn't really changed much since day one.
Yeah, he still jokes around, but I think his motivation changed.
And you could tell just by the way this ended, this is kind of going to be the point where things change for him. And
keep talking.
And then as far as Fua goes, what the fuck why are you pimping? Why are you pimping
from
your
like being like a simple-minded?
I just put this review out, and it's not getting as much love as it should. So I'm just pimping out my plugs.
Shut up! We're doing episodes right now.
I know, guys. I do this every week. I don't know why you're so concerned.
Okay, so anyway, so what were you saying?
I would so it with the way they've structured everything, Fua, the secondary rider, has technically gotten as much development as the primary rider normally would in a show like this. And that's fine because Haruto didn't really need to change. Haruto was like fine the way he was for the situations that they had him in. But now he's in a situation where just believing that the human gears are good is no longer good enough because he has to try convincing all of humanity now that human gears are worth protecting and worth saving. And what I thought was really, I mean, I know he becomes 01 next episode, but I thought it was really interesting that he left the driver at Hidden. He didn't bring it with him. He didn't go rogue or anything like that. He's like, nope, I'm not the president anymore. And it wasn't so much for selfish reasons. It's that he's still very much passionate about his dream, and he doesn't want. He knows he can attain it, even if it means kind of leaving Hidden for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see what he's going to be doing. If he's going to be kind of doing like a rogue operation, just him and Izu for a little bit,
like a microscope paper company.
The human.
Yeah, like a microscope paper company.
Yeah. This is hidden Huma Company, Huma Gear Company, hidden robotics. We're so hidden you can't find us.
Huma Industries. We make hidden gears. They're very different.
They're very hard to find.
They're very hard to find. But yeah, because Fua got the all progress key form, which is basically what Assault Wolf is. Which I didn't think they were going to do that for.
They explained how he was able to use Assault Wolf, which is like
they didn't need to, but
they did it.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
I like
the arc. I mean, this arc definitely dragged. I mean, it went on. I mean, a lot of people have agreed with that, and for some people, that's like really pushed them away from the show. And it
did drag, but I feel like there's a lot of good moments in this arc.
See, like that's the thing. Like, I get it. Like that part was not fun, and I get that part. But I think we were also getting a lot of cool story things in there too, because we were getting like Jin coming back, and like the little story bits with Metsubo Jinrai still happening in the background. So now, if all of these episodes had gone on and the other stuff wasn't happening, then yeah, I totally agree that the show would have been lacking. But considering they were able to do it the way they were doing it, it made it a lot better. But
yeah, I think it's kind of a negative effect of having to write like a 50 episode season, where it's like, okay, we really gotta stretch this out. So that's the moment they suggested that this would be like a tournament thing. I was like, okay, so this is the point where we've gotten to where it's like, okay, main story is going to slow down a bit, and we're going to just stretch this out for until we feel like we can ramp things up again in, I don't know, episode 30. I think they did the best that they could. I don't think I never felt like annoyed or bothered by any of the episodes necessarily. Like, it held my attention the entire time, so I wasn't too put off. But I definitely like there was a certain point there where I was like, oh man, people are definitely not gonna like this. It's definitely dragging a bit.
yeah,
but it was a good lead up. I thought it was a good lead up. So even though it dragged on, there was still some elements of the story was still incorporated into each episode.
I feel like for me, today's episode in that episode, Fuo had like one of his best scenes in the entire show, where like he was like basically telling Yaiba to basically, hey, just be yourself, stop being a follower, basically to her. Just
and
stand your own ground.
She couldn't think for herself.
Yeah.
So there's something that she has to sort out.
And it kind of ticked her off a bit, because like she kind of knows that like, oh yeah, Fu's right in a way, but she doesn't want to admit it. And then Fu's gonna beat the shit out of her to basically try to knock her the sense out.
Oh, you don't believe me? Then I'm gonna beat you until you agree with me.
Basically,
I'm gonna throw you around like a rag doll until you agree with me.
Yeah, it was very satisfying seeing both her and
Trousers.
Bowser. Yeah, just like get what's coming to them. Aristotle, I'm really curious. What are your feelings on Guy?
Mm.
Yeah, what are
Guy?
your feelings?
I like
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
bi. I like guys. No, the character's fine. He serves his purpose as a villain.
Okay.
That's about it. Like I'm not.
Because I've heard just like a lot of like it's very polarizing when I hear opinions
Yeah,
on
I'm
him.
a Toku fan.
Mm.
Yeah, so I'm just curious.
He's okay. He kind of serves his purpose. I feel like he is definitely a character that I want to see get his ass kicked. So in that regards, like he pulls off being a villain pretty well. But
And the actor said in an interview about that, and then he's like, "Okay, then I'm doing my job. Then I'm fine with that." So
He's not a character that you want to
root for. You're supposed to hate
He
him.
doesn't have anything.
He's doing a good
tragic
job at
happen
it.
to him.
Yeah.
It's like with Michi. Like you literally just want to punch his face, like throw him off. Just like throw him like across
It's like
the room.
Shoot him right now. You have a clear shot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Take the door. You have a shot right now.
Hit the shot.
And he was quite sinister looking during the episode when he was like having a laugh at Fuwa's suffering. So
I mean, the dude's really fucked up, you know?
Yeah.
He kidnapped the two of these guys and implanted them with human gears and can control them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's fucked up. He is a really fucked up person.
And like
I hate his guts. And I'm glad to feel something for a villain in Rider, because that's something like last year during Geo, I did not feel that. I did not feel anything.
Just
What?
I just felt
They were checking time, Will.
oh yeah, it's like, oh hey, I can stop time, and I'm gonna be annoying for 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna walk away, and then that's it. But see, like this time around, like you could argue his reasons are very stupid, but usually that's the case for villains. A lot of times, villains go crazy for really, really stupid reasons.
Stupid, selfish, and
really stupid, selfish, and vain reasons.
That's right.
He's
not like Thanos, like he's doing it for the greater good. You know what I mean?
No, like this is all for him. This is all for his benefit. He's he does not give a shit about anyone else. He just wants to see Zayas succeed.
Pretty much.
So,
he's comparable to Dr. Gero from Dragon Ball Z. That he's kidnapped 2 humans and turned them to androids and want to take over the world with him. So, that's how it is.
Only his world domination is like very corporate.
That's right.
Which I like. You know, if it fits for a villain to be like just a corporate scumbag, and that's exactly what he is.
I want to be rich, but you are rich, not rich.
Not Ultra brings up something I hear a lot. He says he's not written well. He does shit, but gets away with it. And I mean, that's part of it. You know, he does all this shit that he should not be getting away with.
Yeah.
He turns a human gear into. He gives them an extinct. What the fuck is the belt called?
Oh, the Zetsummarizer.
Zetsummarizer. Okay, he gives one to a human gear live on camera and sets it loose. He does that twice, right in front of the camera, and no one says anything.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's because there's a lot more corruption going on.
Yes.
That we're just not aware of yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I get it. As a viewer, it's frustrating. It's like, why are they doing all this stuff? It doesn't make sense. It's so stupid, but it's like, it's realistic though in that sense, because there's some like these big corporations like that. They do some really shady, fucked up stuff, and they get away with it all the fucking time because they have the money and the means to do it. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
So I totally get the frustration. I get feeling like, oh, why does he do all that and he gets away with it? I've mentioned it multiple times, but it's just one of those things. I think it'll come into play a lot more, and then once we actually see everything wrap up when the series starts ending, it'll make a lot more sense. So,
Yes.
So at this point right now, I'm just kind of taking it in that way, and I'm just kind of hoping. If not, I'll probably just have egg on my face, and they'll end the show poorly. So we'll see.
I think
he's already
also.
won the votes. Oh yeah, go.
Oh no, it's fine.
Oh, okay. So he's already won the votes that everybody hates human gears. So the next stage for him is going to be selling tech to start off with the Trilobite troopers or whatever he's going to be doing. So he's ready to now. He's into the field of
Rampage Vulcan.
sell off. Yeah, and the Rampage Vulcan tech as well. So that's probably his next stage, is to be selling his technology and try to get rid of the rest of the human gear that are still living. So yeah, so it's pretty. I'm quite excited for the next arc.
Me too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was really surprised. Like, they made it seem like it was a whole new season.
Yeah.
I'm like really surprised just with how that promo was.
Yeah, I was
Ryder
wondering.
never.
really good at doing that. Like for X8, for example,
Yeah,
like,
X8 did that.
after they
Yeah.
killed Haruto, the whole Kamen Rider Chronicle arc just felt like a new show. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, shit. Like,
It felt really refreshing too.
I mean, it was the same writer, so he's pretty much using the elements of
it's the
X8
same
into
writer.
the show.
So that same template, basically.
Yes, but
Okay.
he's probably enhancing and like going better from what he's done before. And I think because a lot of people didn't like
Worse.
X8.
Maybe he's
I
just saying,
personally
fuck
liked it, but a lot of people didn't like X8. So he's probably like, okay, what are the the flaws that in that show that he could improve on?
Corey.
So-
Wait, Corey, in the past you told me you didn't like it.
Yeah, Corey.
Oh.
You're-
Yeah,
Yeah,
really
I'm
making
having a
my
midlife
friend.
crisis. Sorry, Sodo. Sodo. Midlife crisis. Sodo.
How's your midlife crisis?
Hold on, let me start away. Soto.
But yeah, between there not being an opening sequence and the way the credits were done, I actually did just go and check the news and see if there was like a hiatus or anything, just given everything. I don't think there is, but I was like, I was genuinely surprised by how final this felt.
Yeah.
At least season wide. There's obviously a lot more story to go.
Yeah, but based on this issues now with COVID-19, the writing may be affected in terms of like how much they can write now because of the with the bleach clean or whatever they're going to be doing until May or whatever. So I don't know if 01's going to have a shorter episode count as well with Kiramager. So we'll just have to wait and see.
If it's the same writer, he might just be like, yeah, I'm done after this many episodes.
Yeah, I mean, look, X8 was only like 45 episodes. It was quite shorter than a lot of the series that they've done before. Oh, except Decade, obviously. But
I mean, if it means we don't have to throw in like another tournament arc in to drag it out a little bit, I don't mind that.
Yeah,
I was
I'm
hoping
always down for like cutting down Toku episode counts because the more concise they are, the better.
just get the juicy parts.
I mean,
Honestly.
hopefully the next 15 to 20 episodes for 01 could be just full of climaxy kind of all-out episodes, you know?
I want it to be like Deno and always be at a climax. That's just what I want.
I don't know
drama.
if I wanted to be like build like the villains like, oh, that's not my final plan or whatever. That might
Yeah, don't build it. Do not
Don't build
it.
it.
Like, just kidding. This isn't my final plan. It's actually.
Don't build it. Don't beautiful Squarespace.
Speaking of, guys, that leads us into today's sponsor, Squarespace.
Really, Squarespace. Squarespace is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. If you download Raid Shadow Legends, one of our free champions will make you a website and then suck your dick.
Use promo code SUCK at checkout so that way you guys can download your character today.
Squarespace. What?
What?
So anything you want to anybody wants to add more to
Rampage
01?
Vulcan is better than Assault Wolf. That's what I said.
I like
Yeah,
Okay.
we're never gonna see Assault Wolf again.
Nah,
Yeah.
I thought we were
You
being
guys
nice.
didn't make it.
That's like just
Yeah, just say bye. You're never seeing that. It's gonna go the way of Shining Hopper. You're just never gonna see it again.
I haven't even seen the original Vulcan in a long time. I've noticed.
Yeah.
It's true. He's just been using. I mean, it makes sense. Like, but he hasn't even bothered.
I mean,
Or Punchy
Haruto
Kong.
still managed to use his Rising Hopper form. So
Yeah, but he always gets his ass kicked in it, and then he ends
True,
up just
true.
going.
like I miss Punching Kong as well. I think he's used it
Yeah.
a couple of times, but
Punching Kong.
Yeah, that's how the jingle is.
I mean, I feel like you was using her Raider form more than her original Valkyrie rushing cheetah form.
He's
so-
already done more of it. So,
Yeah.
I would like to see her get a jackal form with that key.
Yeah,
Oh,
with
using
her
the shot
Valkyrie
riser.
suit. I hope that is a thing they are planning, and not just at the end as a last minute like hodgepodge of like spare parts. So
Or the cinema
parts.
possibility.
yeah, so I don't know. I feel like Yua should at least get one more form. I mean,
think she should.
I get it. They're gonna shortchange the girl. That's just what they're gonna do because it's Toei.
I mean, what's the form coming out in May? What's coming out in May? Because in May of during X-Aid was Poppies. So I'm thinking what form is going to be on May.
Isn't
I
the
don't know.
last
We
quarter
could maybe
for
wait until May. Find out.
did Matt Hunt say the last quarter scan for 01's listing was like just for 01's upgrade final form basically? It was
That
like
will be in
L.
June, wouldn't it be?
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's what everyone says.
yeah.
So pretty much the next couple of months would be more on Vulcan
Like Zero.
and Metal Cluster and all that. But what about Guy? He needs another form, doesn't he?
No,
No, please. I don't think so.
give him nothing.
Give him
I'm
nothing.
surprised they haven't given him one, but I don't mind
Yeah.
him not having one.
Feed
I
him
mean-
to the birds. Here's why guys have a form. He thinks he's perfect enough already. He's never going to give himself an upgrade.
Yeah, he's at 1,000% already. How can you go higher than 1,000%? Oh yeah, we forgot to
highest
mention.
number.
We forgot to mention during Kiramager, freaking Red said 100%, and I was getting ready for him to like start going off on a tangent and talking about reaching 1,000%. But
Yeah.
he did not
Sad.
say that. You're a fake tangent.
You're a fake number. Sad.
Oh yeah, one more thing I want to mention. I just loved it when the fight scene happened. The theme song just kicks in. It was such great editing.
Who kicked in?
The theme song,
Oh
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
fighting.
yeah.
like Jesus.
I mean, it's more hype than
Yeah.
Excite from X8. Like when they included that.
Yeah, I've seen the parts where they edited that in sometimes, and it's just like, no. This is a song you dance to. This isn't a song you fight to.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
Because it looks like a happy bopping kind of song. But like
Yeah,
this one's like,
exactly.
you're ready for a battle. You know what I mean?
yeah. Whereas this one is just like rocking.
Yeah. But yeah, overall, it's a great episode. I'm excited for the next arc. I'm just
Yeah,
That
the
makes-
next arc.
Sorry.
yeah.
No,
What?
I was just on the topic of the fight scene. It's my favorite thing about the episode. It was
Oh
awesome.
yeah.
fucking awesome.
It's
I like
fucking
that he has
awesome.
different modes. You're like just walking towards them and just breaking like concrete. And I was like, oh, it's
I know.
He clotheslined her in a full circle.
He 360
Right.
clothesline like a WWE
That
star.
was such a cool effect too, because it was like completely practical too. It wasn't like a computer CGI thing.
No,
I-
yeah.
I was just blown away by the fight.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
And like the finisher, where like the Falcon goes out on the ground as a way to like hold the blast, is holy shit.
I just love that little slow shot of him in the air, just going above him, and just like, oh.
I mean, his Falcon wings looks like it reminds me of Gundam.
Good damn!
And also the way he transforms in this form, because like he usually like punches the bullet or like grabs it. Now he's just like, whatever, shoot me, man. I'm gonna take it.
It just like slaps on him. It's like Iron Man 3 up in here.
Yeah.
He pretty much got the main rider treatment, which is I really appreciate. Like,
Yeah,
yeah. I
love
really
Fugly.
liked it.
So,
Yeah. That's it. We got some shitty opinions.
One up, shitty opinions.
What up, shitty opinions?
shitty opinions.
MC, check it out.
Your opinions, they're pretty shitty. But we talk about them anyway.
We talk about him anyway, so get over it.
Okay, let me have a. Can you guys see it?
Oh!
Yeah. Nope. Inception again.
Inception still? Okay.
Yeah.
God, Corey.
Let me stop sharing.
It's not very good at this, is he?
Well, that's Corey
No.
for you.
That is my job to not be good.
You're gonna get your ass chewed in the
Chewed?
post show.
Yeah.
You're chewed? What's chewed?
It's the Dragon Dagger.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Can you see now?
Yes.
Okay. Where are we up to? Okay, doke. All right.
Yay.
Who wants to just say a couple of lines? I mean, who picked who? Who picked W in the Unknown?
I picked Cody Wilson.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think Aerosol. What did you like about W Unknown's comment on the?
Oh, he brought up. Shit, I gotta reread it. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Take your time.
Wow. Big fan.
What?
Sad.
No, he brought up a different take on the focus of this arc, kind of focusing on Haruto as a president. And it was something I honestly hadn't considered while watching it. I hadn't really pieced together that it was showcasing his flaws and whatnot. Of God, I'm bad. He was way more eloquent.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I'm reading it now.
That's fine.
It's okay. Just you got time.
I suggest Tommy, you start reading yours.
Okay, so mine is Cody.
No.
Wilson.
Read yours before you summarize it. Let's just
Tommy's not on the breakdown.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
shit.
Oh yeah, Josh.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Stop Coreying it up, all right?
Yeah, I was confused.
Oh.
Like, where's Tommy?
Sodo. I've been Sodo'd.
This isn't the Soto Pop podcast.
Okay.
Do whatever the hell you want and say it's okay.
Okay, so for me, I picked Cody Wilson. And he was like saying for 0-1.
Was that a
He
question?
said, "Cool. It's basically audience telling Yaiba to do something. That is true." He said that Rampage Wolf was great, but it felt strange to how it can be using all the animals that people thought 0-1 would use as a final upgrade, which I totally agree
Power
with.
animals.
Basically that. Chris. And then he's curious about how easy it would interact with Haruto gone, or if he'll find them deactivated, or they'll find each other, and that's how they reunite. And then for Kiramager, as Cody Wilson wrote it.
I think Roland told me that's how they say it in good old Down Under. Kiramager.
Kiramager.
Kira Martian?
Kira Martian.
He said
Kira Martian.
Kira's a Martian. It's coming to Nickelodeon this Sunday, 8/7 Central.
He said it was good. Drew was annoying, wasn't annoying, and he said I liked how his drawings were used to find out that Garza or Evil J and Tamitama was somewhat a jerk to Mabashina, and rightfully so. So
Yep.
8 out of 10. Good on you, Cody.
Dawson, are you summarized with yours, or do you want me to read up
Dawson's
my favorite?
never ready for anything.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
But in this instance, are you ready?
Dawson's not even ready for the end of his own videos. It's always like Dawson Ryder signing out.
Hey, Dawson Ryder.
I pretty much said my piece.
Okay.
I really like that they brought up a different take that I just hadn't considered, and they had this line. The 3 times he lost Haruto during the contest reflects aspects of business that Haruto struggles with: image, profits, and charisma. And only during these times did the humor gear, whatever, willingly go berserk. I just the highlight from what they wrote. Yeah, they just pointed out just a completely different take on the arc that I just really hadn't considered, and I like it when people are smart.
I like it when people are actually able to analyze things correctly.
I like it when people are smart.
When someone brings up a take that I just hadn't.
I mean, it's true because you don't consider that aspect given. I think it's just because given the show demographic, you don't really consider that part being this, part of the story. Yeah. But it does make a lot of sense. This really did showcase he's just not very fit to be the president of the company right now. And he even knew that. That's why he stepped down and he left. He's like, I'm not ready to do this yet. And I'll come back when I'm ready.
Which is fine because he was forced into it and he wasn't even prepared for it.
Exactly. So.
Who wants to summarize Ryokuno's? Oh, just like highlight any favorite statements that he's made over there. Because I've got one from another one.
Well.
Oh, you know what? That was cool. He mentions that I love Fua's resolve that even if he doesn't have a dream yet, he'll find one. But until then, he's gonna keep fighting. I like that idea that he doesn't have he doesn't know what his dream is yet.
But he's gonna find out.
After hating all the human gear so long, he's like, you know what? I don't know what I want after this.
Yeah, which is probably fine.
I've wanted to just hunt human gear so long, I haven't thought about what happens after that, or if I even do that. So I think that's a very interesting part of Fua that we got to see.
Cool.
And he wants to lay it on with Yaiba too. He wants to have the same sort of mindset, dream, ambition for her also, because like she's stuck in basically in like hell captivity to the guy as sort of like this like puppet in a way.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my favorite is from this guy named Aerosol.
Oh yeah, I used to do a podcast with him.
Oh, is it?
Whatever happened with you guys?
Yeah.
I miss Gabateria. I miss Gabateria and Friends. I was expecting the sequel to that to be Tiramigo and Friends, so I was kind of disappointed. I'm still waiting on that.
Little T, Dawson, what's between you and Aerosol?
What?
What's the
I don't know what happened to him.
I've seen him on milk bags all over the country, and no one's found him yet.
I don't know if you guys know this, but I don't really pay attention to my friends that much. I just, leave for long periods of time. Don't show up.
So anyway,
too real.
So apparently this guy Aerosol hates me. But anyway, I like
he does.
Oh,
I
thought you didn't pay attention to your friends, Dawson. But okay.
Sometimes I forget that I'm not me.
Oh my god.
Oh, Soto. Anyway,
Oh, Soto.
I what I liked about this guy, Mr. Aerosol's review, is that he liked the arc, which is not many people that does. He's technically he blamed that the episode count is too big, hence why they need to spread out the story a bit more. But I mean, it's at least they didn't have to use any filler or anything. They just stretched out the story. So that's I do agree with that.
He sounds really arrogant to me.
Oh, does he?
Right? Okay, like I didn't want to be the one to say it, but I'm glad you said it.
Now that dude's a dick through and through.
He sounds like the kind of guy who Will would message every week to be on the podcast. And then he'd feel really bad about it.
Wow, Dawson.
Sounds like the kind of guy who would just like be on a train like dedicated to murdering people. I don't know what that would be called, but like I think like the Death Train or something like that, like Death Express.
The Death Caboose, yes.
Yes. Death Caboose.
The Death Caboose.
Death Caboose.
That
But I
caboose
also
is
like-
deadly.
But I also like to point out, Mr. Aerosol said that
Damn,
despite
girl,
that-
you're the murder
It
train.
sounds
That
so
caboose is
formal when you
deadly.
say Mr. Aerosol.
You know what? I can't speak for him, but I think he'd like it.
Damn, girl, are you the murder train? Because that caboose is deadly.
well, because I need to get some respect points from Mr. Aerosol, so that's why I
Gotcha,
need him to like
gotcha.
me again.
That's true. You do lose
Yeah.
a lot of points. You do get canceled a lot, Corey. It makes sense.
Yeah. So I need to be a redeemable villain, apparently. So Soto to that. So he felt like the show didn't feel the quality's actually gone low, which is true. I think personally I like the show's quality. I haven't seen any decline in terms of the writing or anything like that. It's just the story's been stretched out a bit further to make sure the episode count is there. And I mean, if you want to add filler, which is not usually appropriate for a writer series, it's a good thing that they didn't do that. But yeah, that's all I've got. I mean, if you want to read the essay that Mr. Aerosol has wrote, you can follow the Discord. Okay.
I just got a text from Aerosol. He says that Corey's being too much of a suck up. So, not looking good for you, man.
Classic Corey. Way to be a suck up. Way to
Oh,
be a kiss
no.
ass, Corey.
I was trying to be a Corey Migo, but
Oh,
But now you're a Corey. Now you're a Corey enemy.
Man, that picture's so good.
and
Corey
then
Migo.
Ebony.
Corey Migo's so good. Grayson's so talented. That's awesome.
So that's it.
Well, yeah. Now it's time for Beast Morphers, no?
Oh, that's right.
Power
Yeah.
Ranger discussion without Shuki.
Yeah.
I
Aw.
didn't watch this, and I'm sorry.
That's okay.
So I'll be
That's
right
okay.
back.
Okay.
Be here.
That's okay. You can still pass.
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 So what happened in the episode today? On that day, guys.
Beast X mode premiere.
I'm doing this. So you see, what you got here, you got them all on the shoot. It's like, oh shoot, we finished shoot. And then it's Cruz is like, watch this. You go and bring out a target on a hoverboard. And it's ooh, it's E-boy target. Oh, we can't get him, he's too fast. And they're like, Cruz is like, watch this, picks up blaster, boom, not an impossible shot to make. Devin's like, damn, god damn. And
Damn.
MC, check it out. Yo, you should be on the team. Check it out, yo. And then Nate's like, but no, and he's like, shut up, weenie. And then he's like, no. And then Ben and Benny don't want to mop, and they find the little hoverboard E-boy robot, and they're like, we gonna make him mop. And then they gotta go to battle, but Nate makes Cruz these little wheelie blasters, these little Healy blasters, and then they fight the battle. This battle, Datatron, Gridman, and he eats tech, and then some guy casually riding a Segway like you do, just gets his tech eaten, and Cruz is shooting him like sharpshooter he is, but he gets his blasters. Oh no, I'm nothing without my glasses. And then it's just he loses his blasters, and then Datatron's like, "Ooh, you gonna get got? You just gonna get got?" And he gets him. And then Devin's like, "No, it's all my fault." Team's like,
Then he's like, "Zappity zoppity."
Devin's all like, "Oh no, I couldn't save Cruz. It's all my fault with the pudding pops. I know you're just trying to make me feel better. Oh, Theo." That's Devin. And he's like, "Hang on. What if we can make B-spots into data? And then maybe we could make data into a B-spot." And then they're like, "Ooh, B-spot keys, Morphex visors, Beast X mode." And then it's a bunch of Sentai stock footage. For the rest of the episode, they get Beast X mode. They fight them. Sentai fight them. Hiramugo Busters. I really like the original scene. And then, they saved confetti to robot death.
Confetti with Ben and Betty.
Yep, it's my favorite morning.
Yeah,
that.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but that summed it up right there.
Yeah, that was basically the lips.
Yeah, I thought it was fine.
It was alright.
I try not comparing it to the Sentai episode. Like, it's weird because like I have vivid memories of Go Busters for some reason, even though that was 7 years ago. So like I can remember like the emotional weight to them getting this mode.
Yeah,
and that's just something that hasn't really been there with the Beast spots in this show. I feel like they've been way more secondary,
especially in this season. I feel like
like in this season.
'Cause I don't think they were as present.
Yeah, they don't do as much as the Buddyroids, but then again, the Buddyroids were written in a very different way in a very different context.
Mm-hmm.
Because they served a very different purpose compared to the B spots.
And there was kind of more emotional weight with them too.
Exactly. So it's hard to compare it in that way. But, I think in terms of finding a resolve to the situation, I think it was a good outcome. So I think it was a good little explainer for getting the new mode. And, it's nice seeing them, at least the core team, get a power up and have it be outside of the Megazord cockpit. That's always nice, even if it is Sentai footage. But it is nice to see. So,
it's nice to see the keys getting explained. Like, they're used as data, which I didn't really expect.
Yeah. I'm glad they're actually using They're continuing to use the Morphex keys because they could have kind of just dropped that and just kept it for like the main Rangers. So it's cool that those keys that actually came with the B-spot figures.
And now I have to buy them.
Right. Now you have to buy them. That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
But I mean, it was. Other than that, it was better than they have been. Because the past couple episodes were kind of getting in that super season syndrome territory where they were kind of getting a little iffy, especially with the whole Ben and Betty gags. But they got back on their feet and they did that thing again that they've been doing where like the last 2 minutes they focus on something with the villains that like builds towards the overall plot for the season.
Yeah, with them like wanting Nate for something.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah.
So
it was alright.
Yeah.
It was fun. The cast was having fun at the beginning of the episode. They're like having a one-up competition to see who's the best. firing like target practice, I guess. It's
I
fair.
guess so.
Yeah, I guess.
But yeah, not much else to say about Beast Morphers. It was a lot of debuts for Toku this week. We had Beast X mode on Rangers. We had freaking didn't we have a new Megazord? Yeah, we had the new Zord in Kiramager, and then we had we had a new form in 01. So a lot of debuts this week.
A lot of good Toku.
A lot of good Toku.
It's good.
Yeah, it's always good when Toku's good.
Yeah.
You have to appreciate these moments because they don't happen often.
It doesn't happen very often where I enjoy all three shows at the same time.
Yeah.
So.
Although I could still say, where is Good Blaze and Good Roxy?
Oh, it didn't appear in this
they disappear. They're still gone. I'm like, where are those guys?
It's like come on, at least show us them doing something else. Like if they're not going to be a ranger, all right. What
yeah,
else?
At least have them there in the base in the background.
Yeah, I don't mind if
helping
they're
out,
like around in the background serving food or something. Like,
yeah,
or they can help out Ben and Betty not do stupid things or something. I don't know.
Yeah, this one was still kind of dumb, but it wasn't as bad as they had been getting. Because they were doing like Victor Amonte shit, and I was like, "You knock that shit off right now."
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was just one of those things of like, I was like worried when I first saw it. I was like, "What's it going to be today?" And then I was like, "It's all right."
Yeah, it was a little zappity, but you know,
it's a little zoppity, but
little zoppity, yeah, but
yeah. Or as Grayson said today, Zopity, which is what his name was spelled. So
Zopity, yeah.
Zopity. So, Ariso, what do you think of Beast Morphers so far? If you from what you've seen, which I don't know. Watch.
I have not seen much. I'll be honest.
Okay. It's all right.
I've been meaning to catch up. It just hasn't.
Yes.
Aristo, what are some game changes that would not make you drop out from watching any of the show?
I fucking hate you, Corey.
Why do you hate me so much? And
you know what's
Dawson,
weird? He says he hates Corey, but he always records stuff with him. It's really bizarre.
I know, right?
Corey, I don't know who you might be talking to at the moment. You seem distracted. Can you just reply with, hell yeah? I know it doesn't make sense, but just do it.
SODO.
Awesome.
I command it.
Yeah, Dawson commands it.
Dawson commands it.
Your God.
SODO. But yeah. Yeah.
Rangers is still holding our attention.
Did anybody watch the preview for today, tomorrow's episode for Beast Morphers or not?
What is tomorrow's episode?
Something about
Nate gets infected.
Right.
She's got the beast.
I don't know. I feel like they're gonna do a thing where Nate builds like a gate, and that's where because he really wants to do the Cybergate thing again. So that's when they're gonna do the whole multiple dimensions thing.
Yep.
So
and
it's probably something like that.
And the Power Rangers exclusive lion bow.
Oh yeah, the freaking lion stuff is coming out.
I mean, it's bigger than the actor. I'm like, well, damn.
Right. All three of them can hold it. I was like, okay, geez, why did you make that so big?
So let me get this thingamajiggy up.
Prognosatsu.
Now it's time for.
What is it time for?
What do you think, Chris?
There we go.
Prognosatsu.
No.
It's
Rare.
Sodosatsu. Oh,
No,
No,
no.
no.
that will never be a thing.
Please leave.
Okay.
Get out.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
I hate myself now.
Goddamn time.
I mean, we've hated you since before you did, so I mean,
Welcome to the
Yudo?
club.
Did you say
welcome
Yudo?
to our club. Welcome to our club.
Welcome to our.
Wait,
Squidward,
I
welcome.
thought I'm getting out. Now you want me into the club. So from social distancing, right? Okay.
Yeah, of course.
That's right.
Yep.
So we have Prognosatsu, villains, the good, the bad, and the fugly.
And the Fugly. Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's true.
So
Um,
what makes a good villain? Josh.
It's okay. For me, what makes a good villain is to find out A, their motivation, B, what they're like, C, how they present themselves, D, how much of a dick they are, and
okay.
E,
So
I feel like I've been in
E-
school.
are we
and if they're
measuring,
cool.
are we measuring dick size? I'm just curious. Is that,
As
is
long
that
as
scale? I'm-
3.75 inches, I'm good.
Yeah.
You got to get the scale right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so give us examples, Josh. Like you're listening all these things to me, and I
So,
like to
what's a good villain?
yeah.
So
like
I'm-
give us
I
like
wanna
an example
list-
who's a good villain.
Okay, so like for Sentai, I think one of my favorite villains from Sentai is like Enter,
Mm-hmm.
because like his motivation was pretty simple and clear, which is like he was kind of like, oh, for Messiah, but then throughout the whole show he started to like grow and started to be more methodical and started to be more understanding of like of wanting more than what he is than his purpose is, like wanting to become like human basically, which is pretty interesting. And I just loved his whole plan and his whole
Like, you know what?
how his
I just
character
want to
went
be
through.
Messiah. And that's
Yeah,
that's what he did.
I just want to become messy.
Yeah, Messiah.
Basically the villains that are like kind of like you get a sense of what they are in a way, like with like one of my favorite villains, like from Drive, Heart. You get to see like how Heart was initially, what you thought you might think he's like this like out like very basic villain that wants to rule the world, like Roy Muse wants to.
He's a
What's the
he's
title?
a villain that you feel for. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you feel for
You feel
for
for
Hart.
him. Like you want him
'Cause-
to thrive, but you know,
yeah, because
unfortunately,
it ended up tragically in the way he was created in a way.
Mm. Yeah.
That's how I feel about villains.
Power Rangers.
Rancic, probably.
Yeah.
Because like
A lot of
he was
people
like an
that,
asshole.
that guy.
He's like, oh, I'm angry. I hate humans. I'm always angry. And then one day you get to find out, oh, people were fucked up to him. And I was like, oh, I feel bad for Rancic. And then he got to this, and then he got angry and out this, and got out of control. And then one day, and the deer was like, oh my god, I almost hit my daughter. I feel bad. He starts to have human emotion and stuff. And it's like, oh wow, Rancic has a heart. So it's like, I'm gonna put myself in jail. I'm gonna put myself in jail. It's like, mom, it was pretty
Wait a minute.
emotional.
You don't have a heart.
Yeah, wait a minute. Yeah. That was
Is there no other way?
yeah.
Yeah.
You just gotta feel for them. support, and then they do evil things for the wrong reasons,
Hmm.
and it's good to see it.
What about you, Dawson?
So,
What do you think makes a good villain for you?
I'm glad that you addressed me by the proper name.
He was about to have a BF, a bitch fit.
What villains in the Toku shows are game changers?
You know what you're doing.
I don't know.
As far as like good villains go, it's a little unfortunate that's kind of harder to find in Toku because they tend to like their big, like, all powerful, world domineering villains that really don't have much of a personality. And I think a personality is really important to connect to a villain. I find that a lot of the villains that I enjoy, at least in Toku, have similar to what you were saying. They have motivations. Ones that are understandable, ones that you can kind of connect to, but aren't necessarily sympathetic or redeemable. Michi, we brought up Michi earlier. Michi's a very good example of this.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that dude. Michi, like, you totally get why he does what he does.
Yeah.
You get a look into his, like, inner monologue from very, very early on in the series, and it makes sense. It's actually kind of just a really twisted version on a hero mentality of I have something precious to me and I will protect it at all costs. But in his case, protecting it at all costs means, hey, if someone gets in my way or in the way of what I love, I'll kill them. And if the people I love start to turn on me, I'll kill them too.
So would you say he's a psychopath, or what do you think?
He's just an asshole.
Yeah,
I think he took his brother's advice a little of the wrong.
I think, like, he definitely has definite signs, like, towards the end. Like, when he starts hallucinating that Takatora's there, that's kind of when he hits that threshold of, like, oh yeah, maybe I'm not all here anymore.
There's definitely some instability. Sorry, I can't speak. I'm awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know what words are.
Yeah. What's legacy and lightning? I don't know. It's the same word.
What's legacy and lightning?
But yeah, like I was just saying, his motivations are completely understandable from, just about anybody's perspective. You kind of grasp what it means. It's just his actions and the way he goes about accomplishing his goals is what makes him very villainous and very, very entertaining to watch. But as we were saying earlier, he's unlike Enter, who is also a very good villain. Enter's just a fun villain to watch. Michi's entertaining because he's very well written as a villain, and you don't necessarily want to see him succeed, like, at all. You just want to see him get what's coming to him.
Yeah, he gets redeemed, unfortunately.
Yeah. I wish he hadn't.
Yeah, I wish he was.
Yeah, that was one of those situations where it's like, no, like, you can't just do that because, like, he's just so far gone. And I mean, like, because even he was, like, self-aware and, like, no, there's no way there's no way they'll ever care about me. But then Koda's just like, no, I'm still doing it anyway. We're friends, Michi. And it's like, son of a bitch, no. Like, stop it.
See, that's the thing with Koda. Like, he's very forgiving. Like, I reckon Michi could have, like do his due time, like if some sort of prison or anything like that, or even just speak in a neutral level, not like as friends. No way. Like I don't agree with them being friends again.
Yeah.
Like they could be neutral and just like yeah, sup. You know what I mean? Like acquaintances. Like go back to that. Yeah.
Business work.
I don't know if it was just them wanting to like, because Kodo was so naive for most of the show.
Yeah.
That it was I guess they just really wanted to hone in on that, but it's just like, man, even the most naive person has their limit,
That's right.
Yeah.
I feel like
Not Ultra. I never think about it. There's a lot of good villains.
What about you, Chris? I think you've got a lot to say.
Chris
Megatron, best villain. That's all.
Who is?
Megatron.
Which Megatron, Chris? There's a lot of Megatrons.
Megatron Prime.
Transformers Prime? Not bad.
Yeah. No.
That's a good Megatron.
That's actually a good Megatron.
How many of you guys seen Time Ranger?
My hands.
Two of you? Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Sick.
We're talking about Don De Niro? Because that guy,
this villain,
Don De Niro didn't do shit in that show.
here's the thing, the villain I'm about to mention doesn't do shit either, but just
Is Gien?
does. He does, but he doesn't. I'm talking about Captain Ryuya.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I did not
yeah.
expect that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Pisses me off to the nth degree.
Fuck that guy.
He really did.
He deserves to fucking
Just
get-
spoiler alert
get-
to Will and Dawson.
Spoiler to
but,
Captain
like,
Ryuya came out 20 years ago.
yeah,
it came out 20 years ago.
they had their chance. That's right.
Yeah, by the way, today, or at least for the next 20 minutes, is Chain Gerion's 24th anniversary. So yeah.
Okay, that's
Captain
really
Ryuya.
Blue, but he's like, and you wonder why. He's the reason Naoto's dead. Like he placed the Time Fire Morpher in his possession so that he
to save his own
use
life.
it.
He's pretty much Alex. Alex, but like Alex, really evil Alex. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, fucked up.
He's an evil version of Alex. Yeah, and like he's just so fucked up. They're like, he explains everything. He's like, I had dreams of me equipping the Time Fire and then dying. I didn't want to, so I threw all this together so that I could save my own life. He ends up dying anyways. So like in it, the whole message is like you can't escape fate.
Yeah, that was the main point. Yeah.
Like you can't change what's supposed to happen. But no, that guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
Oh,
yeah, like
Naruto.
he used a scapegoat to avoid like his fate.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
And, like
he still got killed
Naruto was kind of messed up in a way too, but like he kind of got redeemed.
Like original Outbreak killer in a way. Like if Outbreak killer wasn't evil, because he's an asshole, but like he's a hero. He's in a way like he's a good guy who does it for the sake of power. And like right as he's about to turn, they kill him, and I'm like, like he had his whole life ahead of him. Like he could have in an entire like future, a whole nother future for Naruto, and like Ryuya ripped that away so that he could live, and he did.
Was pretty much collateral damage. You know what I mean? Like
he's collateral damage as far as Ryuya was concerned, and I was like, oh my god,
he wasn't supposed to be Time Fire in the first place, so it was interesting, and a lot of people didn't really like that. They found it like not great, but I thought it was.
Which makes it really good in a way. We're supposed to hate.
Yeah, to be a villain, you don't necessarily have to be on the field bashing up the hero or whatever. You can be behind the scenes and actually manipulate the situation, which is pretty cool. I like that aspect.
No, that's
and then I want to mention not Ultra. You said like about Outbreak Killer, because like throughout the whole show, if you guys watched Outbreak Ranger, have you guys watched Outbreak Ranger?
No.
Dawson has, but I've immediately forgotten all of it.
Okay, so Outbreak Ranger, because Outbreak Killer was basically the main villain throughout the whole show, like majority, and it was really interesting to see a Ranger to be a villain throughout the show, like for so much without being a good guy until like the very end, and him sacrificing.
another mention, Rio from Geki Ranger.
Oh yeah, Rio. It's
Something
good.
I really like about that is like it's not some dude possessed by an evil spirit. Rio himself is evil. Like he is like he's the one who killed Jan's father. Like he's the one who like he's not like some Jared dude possessed. No, it's him. It's him. He is.
Yeah.
Him himself is evil. He's like I don't care. I want power. I want to be strong. Rinshi is like.
Look, Jared's a real piece of shit. All right, he cheated on that math test in 5th grade, and you know after that there was no redeeming him.
Jared is a big old dump. Then,
Thank you.
But no, Rio's really good. I like Lothar. I would even go crazy. Say,
I love Lothar.
Yeah, Lothar's great. I like him. It's fun.
Lothar's great. Like I don't think making him Cam's uncle is like that. Samurai Journey, you could whatever, Dark Wish, blah blah blah, whatever. Samurai Journey is my favorite 3-parter. Like it's so good. Just like
It's pretty good too. It's up there.
We don't know because it's just like, oh, it's just Lothar. He's just some crappy bad guy, blah blah whatever. And then like they just throw in like, oh, who are these people? Like who are these 3 people? Okay, we know that's his.
Dad.
But who else is? And we find out that's his dad. But who's this dude? Twin brother. And it's like Lothar. And I'm like, holy shit! I was 3.
Yeah.
I was like,
I was
oh
a kid.
my God. Like,
I was a kid when I watched that. I was like, what
is happening? It's just just give him such a connection. Like, and his motives aren't bad. Like he's an entertaining villain. I like watching him, and like he's just like the whole like. Yeah, world domination, blah blah, whatever. But I like him.
It's the most fun I've had all season.
What about Astronomer? Do you
Love
think he's a good
Astronomer.
villain?
I love it.
Yeah,
That was fantastic.
Yeah,
There's a lot of good villains. No, I think.
My first
there is.
of In
Like-
Space was oh my god, it was awesome.
Yeah, Divatox. I mean, Divatox towards the end of Turbo.
She started doing something.
When she started doing stuff. And when she started being played by Hillary Shepard
Yep.
Turner again.
Not Carol.
Yeah.
But yeah, like Astronomer is really good. Astronomer is always a solid villain choice.
Trakina too.
Chiquita's all right, in my opinion. I'll shout out Zed when he first gets there.
Oh, Zed.
Yeah,
Subjuger?
Zed before they.
It's terrifying. It's like if I was a kid watching that show, like, and season 1's like, oh, this is Goofy, and then this dude shows up, I'd be like, I'm scared of him.
I mean, he's
Well,
very
that's
intimidating.
why they got rid of him, or that's why they castrated him and
Yeah.
had Rita marry him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Zed when he first gets there is actually a nice change of pace for
Mm-hmm.
MMPR, but
He's like,
didn't really
actually,
take.
didn't take because I was like, he's legitimately terrifying.
Yeah. It's a very big jump from dubbing over Japanese footage of a woman in a witch costume to going to this skinned guy with skeleton armor and a fucking mask with his brain exposed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what works good. I mean, like his motivations, meh. It's just like I was in love with this girl, and then I killed them both, and I was just like, oh wow, okay.
Wait, who? Master
Master
Ward?
Lord.
Oh yeah, that guy.
The only original thing about Wild Force.
Yeah, pretty much.
What about Decker?
Decker is
that's an actor
Juzo.
right there.
Japanese Juzo.
He's
I mean,
Juzo.
yeah.
That's all. That.
Except they changed the whole thing with like him
They
marrying.
changed the main drive where he like killed her family.
Yeah.
So obviously, I mean,
Can't do
he'd rather
that.
just kill someone in real life. But
He's got to do that. They can't.
Yeah, that's like-
when art imitates life, guys.
It's not even your life. Art.
Mezagog is another solid villain.
He has a nice
Yeah,
change.
Mezagog.
of pace.
He has a nice. What I like about Mezagog is Mezagog has a very interesting. Not like interesting in that I want to know more about it, but it's unique. and that's what I like about it.
Yeah,
he wants to revert time back to the dinosaur age. So
it is a nice change of pace. Like Tommy even said, it's like, why can't you just be like all these normal freaks just want to take over the world? And I was like, that's a good point.
That was a really good line.
Did Tommy make a good point just now? Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Evo. What about Evo?
Evo's good. It's just like with Aerosol usually says, like writing a 50-part series. It's like you have to.
Evil's good until they get to the last 10 episodes. Then they threw a bunch of Legos on the floor and he started.
I
have to give. Oh, go Aerosol.
I like that he
Dawson.
has a presence from the very get-go. Like he's there the entire time.
How soon did you guys figure his identity out in the beginning?
I did not. I mean, I had a feeling, but I was just like,
I was clueless.
I figured out a couple episodes before. I was just like, I was racking my brain, and I was like, who is this? I was like, and then like it was just I was piecing everything together, and I was like, it's got to be him.
I think it's because I was binging it. I just kind of really quickly in succession. At least I think it was like the first 13 or something like that.
Yeah.
And so, like, once it finally happens, I'm like, get the fuck out! No way! Like, I didn't even.
I still love it when Senta finds out and like how it kind of destroys him when he finds out that vote was Blood Stark.
Yeah.
The dad. Blood Stark.
Some good Sentai villains that we haven't even mentioned. The Kiramager villain.
Oh yeah,
I didn't show you your villains.
Igalon is like one of my favorite villains.
Oh my god!
Like his whole story is just like, I'm devoted to making people sad, blah blah blah, and then it's like I'm supposed to feel sad all the time, but I'm in love with her, but like, and then like they go in and like truly give him a sad story and a sad life story, and then like his relationship with Ian throughout the whole show is
my god, that's so fucking amazing,
phenomenal, and it's just like like that whole moment where like Igalon's death.
Yes, I know.
It's my favorite moment of that show. It is so good, and like and like how Uchi like calls him out. It's like, have you lost your honor? Like I would fight you, but I'd be respected to fight you. But now it's just you're just some pawn in someone else's game, and like those words get to him, and it's so good.
Especially how like Ian sympathizes with Igalon, which is probably the most touching point of that scene.
It's like that final moment, and they're like, "Oh god, that's one thing." Like I watched Kiramager the last few weeks live back in the day, and just seeing all of that, and I was just like, I was just like, "Oh god, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? What's he gonna do?" And that moment is just it's so good.
I love Kiramager.
The Tokuger villains are cool. I'm just not a huge fan of Tokuger, so I just
like
don't treat them that
much. I think Tokuger for me kind of it changed my perspective in a way. Once you find out, it pieced everything together. Once you find out the reveal that they were kids and stuff, it makes a lot more sense. And the villains are really good.
Bosco and Sally.
Bosco
and
They're
Sally.
pretty good.
Some great Kamen Rider villains, in my opinion, are the villains from Double, the family.
Yeah.
They are sick.
Yeah.
They're a literary reference, which is really cool too.
I gave a revelation to Will a couple weeks ago. I didn't find out until like a couple of years back that like, okay, well, I was like, oh wait, left Hidori means left. Okay, that's why he's Hidori Shotaro. But Philip doesn't mean right, but they call his original name, his given name is Raito. And I'm like, oh,
what the fuck?
Yep.
I did not know that. No.
That's
blew my mind. Yeah,
just
like Bullzard, Wolf Wizard.
Yeah,
Defender of Truth.
But Philip has such a somber story. Like he has a family with Shotaro and them, but the fact that like he never ever got to know his family because Wakana gives her life so that he can live, and I'm like, oh my god, like that final moment when they're in that white space and he's saying goodbye to his whole family, it's just so
I want to say that's the first moment in Kamen Rider where I legit cried.
Yep. It's the For me, it's when they close the driver for the last time, and it's when because that's legitimately I'm like, is he? I don't. Oh my god! And then he comes back, but there's still like he's back, but there's still sadness to this. Like he's still
no,
like,
but in that moment, you're not sure.
Yeah.
Like as far as you're concerned, it's like, wow, this is it for Philip.
Yeah.
And it's really sad.
Oh shit.
It's
so sad.
Those villains, the family. So Philip gets his name from Philip Marlowe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The mystery novel series. The first novel to feature Philip Marlowe features the villain cast of that book is a corrupt old family and an old man and his 2 daughters who are being investigated for covering up the death of her husband. Basically, the book is the first 15 episodes of Double, and they are the villain of that book.
Nice. See, I'd like to do that more often. Like, there's like they used different media as a source for like a storytelling for a writer series or a Sentai series. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I've never heard about that. That's actually really neat.
Back to today. Where you know?
Do you think Board drives a good villain?
Oh, White Wizard?
I don't care for him.
He was okay. He wasn't the best.
He's not the best.
Just I get what he wanted.
I feel like they should have done it in a good way.
Like I get he was trying to keep his daughter alive. I get it, but I don't know. It wasn't. I think Wizard's fine, but that part I just personally did not care for.
One of my favorite like reveal moments came from Wizard, not for White Wizard, but for Gremlin. Yeah.
That was I remember watching that and I was like, oh, they can save him. Oh no, he's just crazy. He's just crazy.
Yeah, that one's still
finding out that like he was a murderer before he even turned into a phantom. Like I was like, holy shit.
Holy shit.
Just that revelation. It's just like that's still one of the best Toku really good Toku moment.
How do you what is everyone's thoughts on Kamen Rider 4s?
Forage?
Like the villains?
They're just the show in general.
Forage.
It's
I really love it.
It's something
really
I
love Kamen Rider 4s.
hated when watching was airing, but I appreciate it.
I am a Fours lover. The villains were meh, but the way they handled the final villain, Gamo, is just I love that whole scene. The whole graduation scene. I love that scene. But the reason I love it is because of Kengo's letter. As Yuki's reading it, first of all, that whole scene makes me cry almost every time I watch it. As Yuki's reading it, Kengo's words are, even if he killed me, please don't hate him. Hating him, hatred doesn't suit any of you. And he's absolutely right. It's this happy-go-lucky group of teens, and it's just like, please don't. You shouldn't do it. Dr. Maki's all right. He's
Dr. Maki.
I'm much more like the Greed in a sense of like feeling for them. Because you think they're going to be the main villains throughout the show, and then this asshole shows up and he's like treats them like lab rats essentially, and I'm like, oh my god, like that's when I feel for them, and I'm like, oh wow. It's one of those. It's that whole like I didn't ask to be born situation, like the Roy Muse and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. You're not my real dad.
My real dad.
Dawson.
Yeah,
guys, the Kamen Rider Ghost villains, the Machine Empire, like we're missing out on some great ones.
Ghost. Oh jeez.
God, no.
I can't even tell you anything about the Ganma.
I don't even know.
I literally know their name.
I forgot they were called Gamma.
I just barely remembered.
I only remember Gamma Jew.
Exactly. Gamma.
Yeah,
Gamma,
exactly.
Gamma.
I remember Alan was the villain, and then he had that one guy who turned out to be the main villain of the show, from what I remember.
Adele.
And that guy was a douche. And then
Adele?
I think one episode it was that guy who killed Taku's father for some reason, from what I remember.
I know we talked about the Roid mutants already, but can we go back to talk about like the core three?
Yeah, they are amazing.
They are fantastic. Brain's death, like it is just
damn.
He was the first one out of the three to die. He was the first one out of the main three to die. I was like, oh wow, I didn't think this is how he would go out. I thought he would go out on some crazy thing, but he was like, and as his dying words are like, I just wanted to make you happy. That's all I wanted to do. And if you're happy with her, then you're happy with her. And that's all I care about. And then like, because he gets shit on the whole season. And then those two realize like, oh my God. And then Medic, like she goes back to who he originally was. And then that final fight in the rain.
Oh my God, dude.
It's not even a fight. It's not even a fight. Like Shinosuke knows. And he's like, you wanted to die fighting me, and he's like, you get it, and he's like, will you at least remember us? And he's like, of course I will. And I'm just like, at least I made one. He dies, and I'm like, oh my God.
Holy shit.
I really like when a villain group all care about each other, and Roy meets them. I love how much Hart cares about all of them. He hated infighting. He loved like his fellow Roid mutes, and he wanted to protect them, and he failed.
He was also quite strict as well. He was also quite strict that he got Machine Chaser to eliminate anybody who does not align with the values of his ways. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I mean, Machine Chaser killed quite a couple of Roid mutes because like they went rogue. Yeah, in a sense. So I liked how Hart, has like this is our belief system. If you do not follow, you will be executed accordingly. Do you know what I mean? So in the
way Hart was made, because like Bono made him out of like a person that he hated in real life, was kind of like sadistic in a way, because he was basically like an image of like of hatred.
Yeah.
Bono.
Pretty much.
Talk about Bono. Fuck that guy.
I know.
Fuck that guy.
Is he a good villain or a bad villain?
He's a great villain.
He's a good villain because I hate him.
He had a fantastic death.
Yeah, he had a fantastic death.
That whole fight.
The way he said that is just he had a fantastic death.
Do you think?
Oh, good.
Do you think his
so
presence
good.
in the show was a game changer?
Oh god, he's almost there. He's almost there. Oh my god, he's there.
I was watching Drive live. It was the first Kamen Rider series I ever watched live. I thought Banner was going to be a good guy. When he made the switch, I was legit. I was floored. I was like, oh no, oh
no,
Oh
no, no, no.
Oh no, Shodo.
Always got to bring it back to the candy toys, Corey. God damn it, jeez. Son of a bitch. I walked right into that one.
Okay, so we pretty much got the good villains. So who are the bad ones? Who's like really quite shit?
Green Soldier!
Excuse me. If you dare speak ill of Weisel ever again.
And Pat Ranger.
I fuck Green Soldier. That guy was super underwhelming. Zamigo, that guy has so much potential. He just disappears.
Zamigo amounts to nothing all season. He sits there and he chomps his fucking fake ice, and he just fucking does nothing.
Large sun.
It would have been really neat if they had this rivalry set up between him and Kyrie, because it was kind of set up in the beginning, but then it went to nowhere because he didn't show up. It would have been really awesome to see it.
I'm going to bring up a good villain setup, but a bad villain overall, and like waste of potential, is Bradgil from Ghost Ager.
I totally agree.
Like when you find out like who he is and just like how everything clicks and makes sense, I was like, that's fantastic. Too bad the show sucked. Like,
Yeah, it was an idea that really could have paid off well, but just didn't.
Yeah.
Walls Gill from Gokaiger.
Oh yeah, he was.
He was just annoying. He was one of the weaker aspects of Gokaiger. Like Bosco would have definitely made a better main villain than him.
Yeah.
I mean, in a lot of aspects, he was, because he was just more competent when fighting the Gokaiger. But I mean, like pretty much everyone else was fine because Insarn was fine.
Sid, I like Sid.
Yeah, Sid was good.
Senpai.
Senpai.
Body Zorg.
Yeah, Guy Zorg. Yeah. So.
What Power Rangers?
Power Rangers, bad
They were
villains.
quite shit at being a villain.
Neo Saban era, basically.
Basically, it's just see the Neo Saban era.
Just see the Saban era.
Pretty much.
Except for Heck.
Vengeance makes sense. He's not a great villain, but his motives make sense. He is a virus. He wants to destroy the world. Simple.
I mean,
as that.
he's sentient, but he's not over. I don't know if it's like overly sentient.
Exactly.
Because he's only done what he's programmed to do, and what he's programmed to do is just kill everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
He's doing his job. He's doing what he's supposed to do.
doing what he's supposed to do.
I think Grum's a good villain. Sorry, I couldn't.
Yeah, Grum's good.
Yeah, Grum's pretty
It's
good.
alright.
In terms of bad,
I feel like
the missing-
Overdrive had a good concept with 4 villain groups, but they were really lacking for the Fear Cats and
Ninja Boy.
Miratrix and the Camdor.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because-
the Ninja people.
Yeah, because it ended up just boiling down to
Mortor and Flurries, because like
yeah.
even in the pilot they showed origin between those two. And,
Yeah, like you knew from the start that it was going to be mostly those two that were going to be in the main fold, and the other villains were just kind of secondary. It's actually kind of interesting because they kind of served as the generals without actually being generals.
Yeah.
So, but I think that idea was fine. It just wasn't executed as well as it could have been.
Yeah.
Like they didn't really give a shit about the Fear Cats a lot.
Mhm.
Fear Cats just kind of did whatever.
Yeah. Kind of sucks.
Oh yeah, we got the
Had
amoebas.
more.
The
Oh yeah.
amoeba villain.
Oh my god, Genus.
Yeah. And also
Bang-
Bagley was alright.
Bangray makes that show. I'm telling you, he should have been the main villain of that show.
Yeah.
Bangray.
I like how he had his time.
Huh?
I like how he had his time.
Yeah.
Mystic Force could have had some better villains.
I mean, it was fine. The only problem with Mystic Force is that they had to rush.
Yeah.
Because they were
They
gonna
had like different villain groups.
Yeah, well, because they were gonna do the whole. They did the whole 10 Terrors thing, and that worked fine in Magi Ranger because Magi Ranger was 50 episodes, so they had time to dedicate to that. But whereas Mystic Force had like 32, and they're like, shit, now we gotta write. We're like getting these scripts like only a few weeks or a month in advance. Like, shit, how do we incorporate 10 villains when we only have 7 episodes left? You know what I mean?
Like Bokendra had like a better villain because it Rion, basically the Moltar of that series, he was like human. Like he was an adventurer just like everyone else. He was a scientist and like he's just vengeance against the world or something like that. Also, just a villain we didn't mention was who's the robot from Time Force? What's his name?
Oh, Frax.
Frax is a good villain.
Yeah.
Oh, it was cool.
He was pretty good.
Frax really fucked up.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Time
that's
Ranger was a bit more
right.
fucked up there too.
Yeah, it was really
What's
fun.
Ian's origin again? I forget.
Look it up real
Because he
quick.
goes crazy at the end. I just don't know how.
Yeah, he goes super crazy in the end.
I know he killed somebody, then he went psychotic after that.
Oh.
Or something like that.
We look up the Ranger Wiki.
The
All
best
the
source.
A reliable
Yeah,
source.
the best source.
Always.
He was a human boy.
Yeah.
Befriended Don De Niro, and he was nearly killed. Who nearly killed, and then there was a family that killed Guillen, and then Don De Niro saved his life for having
There
a
we
friend. Okay.
Oh, it's a boy in a robot's body.
Yeah, it was a boy in Robot's
That's
body.
why he's going all crazy and stuff. Towards
Yeah, he was very like childish in terms of his schemes. I could totally see that.
Yeah.
Overall, the show he like kind of kept his cool, like sophisticated, but towards the end, you could definitely see like the child in him, like his true colors, like popping out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I could just list a shit ton. All Comrade Ghosts.
we got
You come on, it kills.
Ryoma.
Yes, please.
Villain's bad.
Ryoma from
Not a-
Gaim.
There's not a single ninja villain. He's all right. Like the fact that he created the whole system was cool.
Who?
Sengoku.
Ryoma.
Sengoku Roma? Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
I like how he got
It
his
was,
shit
it was really cool when Baron just fucking beat the shit out of him and killed
I
him.
love his death.
Yeah.
Is one of my favorite villain deaths of all time.
But going back to some of the bad ones, like Sledge. Some people really like Sledge. I don't. I don't.
Better.
I can't even say I like Heckle that much because, like, Dino Charge's villains were just so
Heckle. I felt
one-dimensional.
Yeah, I felt Heckle did a lot of cool stuff during the beginning of Down Supercharged.
Yeah,
So, like he was undercover.
Yeah.
You know who else is a villain?
Cool.
A bad
That was
villain
cool
in
for all 3 episodes that they did that, and then they're like, "Ah, JK, we don't want to do that."
You know who's
anymore."
a bad villain in Dino Charge?
Who?
Camille Hyde. Heckle and Camille Hyde.
Excuse yourself. I'd rather eat meat.
Villains that are okay, I would say. The Go-Go 5 villains, the family, they're all right. They're all right. I like how in the end, like the mother from like, I don't remember, the Empress, who would be Empress whatever in
the Spider Mother.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
How she just turns on all of her kids and it's just like, you are dead to me. You haven't been doing anything. You brought me back to life. Now I can cause some havoc. I don't care what happens to you guys in the end.
I mean, that's the mentality of a Black Widow.
Yeah.
Spider.
Like
So-
you feel for them in the end. I was like, oh
Yeah.
my God. Like, damn,
Yeah.
they're getting tossed aside. I mean, they're evil, but damn.
Yeah. And what about in
G-Ranger villains are pretty bad. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Fucking off.
Jetman villains
Jesus
aren't bad.
Christ.
Okay, I know everyone hates Jetman. I like Jetman. I like
You're
them.
right.
I don't think they're bad.
I liked Live Man's villain.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Lineman villains.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Live Man the one that had like a villain that was like just a big blue Furby?
No, that was
He looked like a big blue Furby to me.
that wasn't Jew Ranger, right?
Was it? I don't know. Man,
Live Men were like
I don't
former
know.
colleagues that turned into
all the
villains.
old Sentai kind of blend together.
Honestly,
They're like a fever dream.
up until like 2003, they could all pass for like the same thing.
Yeah,
Like,
it's all
Was it-
one big
was it-
blur.
yeah.
What
Villains.
else in Power Rangers? What about-
I mean, Ninja Steel villains were just bad.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
Galvan
It
X was
was.
fine, but like the worst has to be Madame Odious because that was the first time I legit did not care about the villain at all.
She's the worst.
She
She's
is
the worst.
she is legitimately the worst in so many ways. Freaking
Never even finished Ninja Steel.
in a lot of ways, you could watch the first half of Ninja Steel and really not miss anything in Super Ninja Steel. Like, you can get that story because they essentially come to the same conclusion, you know, minus all the stuff that happens in Dimensions in Danger, you know, at the end of Ninja Steel proper. So, and that's like one of the one of the Neo Saban seasons where like the super season, like you just didn't do anything. Like you like you didn't even like try a little bit. Like just not at all. So,
what about
Megaforce's villains were just
Megaforce had a lot of good ideas, but they didn't want to film their own shit. I was talking about this with Grayson, right?
Yep.
Yeah, this is
Megaforce is if I could rewrite one Power Ranger season, I'd rewrite Megaforce.
Yeah.
And Super Mega?
Well, I mean, eventually, yes.
Because they do all this shit, right? Vrak is from this royal family, which is supposed to be Walls Gill, right? But throughout the entirety of the show, this guy does not see any of his family once. He has no interaction with them. We have only what the other characters are saying to go off of. That Vrak is his brother. Okay. Have they ever interacted in any decent capacity at all? No, they have not. Well, then why do I care? You know what I mean? So, and that whole aspect of the Armada being like this bigger thing when you had the War Stars and the mutants and the Metal Alice and all that stuff, that would have been so cool. But it was one of those things where they didn't want to film their own shit, so they couldn't do a cool thing with it. That's really what it came down to. They couldn't even try editing it in a way where it kind of made sense. So, yeah. So that one is just really disappointing because they set up a lot of cool world building stuff in that show, and they just didn't. They chose to not do anything with it.
I mean, technically not a villain. I know we're talking bad, but I just keep thinking of good ones that we keep forgetting.
No, that's right.
Technically, he's not a bad guy, but Kamen Rider Sword from Kabuto.
Oh yeah, he's technically a villain.
Because he's
Is he a villain?
He's a worm.
Yeah, he's a
worm. He just doesn't realize that he is.
Yeah.
Shut up.
It's kind of tragic in a way.
The story is very tragic. So that's good.
How about Geo's villains?
Not good.
They aren't good at all.
No, they're not.
The time jackers are just bad, and I hate them.
The fucking Overquartzer villains were better villains.
Honestly, if the
I'll let take them.
If they just took the what are they called? They were called the Quarter, right?
They were called the Quarters.
Yeah, the Quarters.
If they were the main villains throughout all of Geo, that would have been so much better.
If all of the pump was the main villain, because
like the time jackers didn't do shit. Skyomi was one, and I was wondering why I didn't like her the whole time. And I was like, oh, you got a stupid haircut, and you're related to these assholes. That's why. That's why I don't like you.
And you had a 1 minute 31 debut of her rider form.
Right, exactly.
And I just hated how like when I don't even know. Yes, we're still going, Kevin.
Surprisingly, yes, we are, Kevin. Shut up.
I just hate how like that one episode where like one of the time jackers, I don't remember who, Aura or the other one, dies, and we're supposed to feel something for them. I'm like,
cool.
How?
No, they did that shit. Okay, they did that shit in Build too with the Steam Brothers. Where like at the end where they die and they try redeeming them, I'm like, excuse me, you want me to feel sorry for him?
What about the farm trio?
Who?
How about the farm trio in Build?
The Yu-Gi-Oh triplets. I don't really like Yu-Gi-Oh triplets.
I like them. They're fun.
You call them
the Yu-Gi-Oh triplets?
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, they died as villains, kinda.
Not
except the Castle. Was it the Castle guy?
Only one of them died as villains.
Oh, was it the owl guy?
No, the owl guy.
The other one
guy died fighting for the good side. The beetle guy was the one who got killed by Sento.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he got brutally killed. Yeah,
he got murdered by Sento.
He got murdered.
He got literally his head chopped off. Basically.
No, he got kicked.
I mean,
he got kicked to the death. It's really sad.
Rogue was pretty good villain in the beginning of Build.
Yeah,
he was alright.
I thought it was fine.
He's funny.
You don't know what the hell is going on.
I like him more when they redeem him and they give him his.
Yes. And like
Yeah,
it's weird.
meme lord.
I
love
mean,
it.
did not.
Wait, do that with Guy.
I will say this: like, that's definitely. I don't know. I appreciate when they can give you two extremes of feeling something for a character, where you go from really disliking Rogue in the beginning to just being like, "Look at this fucking, look at this freaking dork. He has approachable written on his shirt." Like,
Yeah.
I love this guy.
He had a shirt. They had a shirt with that came in with the special box that says "Why."
Yeah, and Corey, you sell some
What?
too.
Huh?
Corey, you sell
Yeah.
some too.
Yeah.
Dawson,
Yeah, Corey, you own that shirt. I've seen you wear
That's
it.
right. I don't remember having it, but yeah, I have it. Yeah.
yeah, Eric still bought some.
He did.
Yeah, he likes it.
Yeah.
He still has
He
it.
does.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Oh, wow. I'm glad we know other people's shit. Oh, jeez.
Just want to remind you.
Yeah. Who else are bad villains? Oh. What about Q Ranger? We haven't touched base on Q Ranger. What do you think of the villains there? The good ones and the bad ones?
I like the concept of Don Armage, but it felt like it could have been handled a little bit more better. Because he kept on like being like, "Oh, I'm alive! Oh, I'm back! I'm alive! I'm back! I'm alive!"
The one thing he kind of did that I enjoyed was possessing what's his face at the end, where they're
Tsurugi?
like, "Now you got to kill your friend if you want to kill me."
Oh, it's Tsurugi, right?
Yeah, but aside from that, I don't know. He just
Yeah,
he was just a dude in a cloak, and it just didn't really stand out too much to me.
The Don Armage is bad.
What about Cuervo?
Cuervo. That's the thing, though. It wasn't even Cuervo.
It was Don Armage, they said.
He just
But
used
wasn't
Cuervo's
Cuervo like it was separate from Don Armage at the end, and he still wanted to kill Tsurugi?
Mm-mm.
He was still brainwashed? Was he?
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
I thought he secretly hated Tsurugi the whole time.
No.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, I need to look into that. I thought he would like.
I liked Stinger's brother as a villain.
Oh, yeah, that was
Mm.
good.
He was pretty
For, like,
good.
the whole 2 seconds. He was there.
Yeah, full 6 seconds. Pretty good.
And
And then Naga turning evil was probably the highlight of Fury here.
Oh, that was a good
That was
portion.
good art.
A surprising.
I just didn't like the girl who the girl monster
Yeah, he
that
turned-
brainwashed him.
But it was pretty surprising the way
No,
he turned evil for like a good chunk of episodes.
yeah, that's
pretty
really.
good.
I mean, it makes sense given how big the cast was.
Yeah.
They could spare it, but it was definitely an interesting plot point to have him start good, be good, but then mid-season turn evil. That's.
But I liked how he used his
It's
power up.
Ever
I mean, his
world.
other form as a power up. I like that. Like when he turned good.
Yeah.
Hibitsukai metal.
You gotta keep the scarf.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's true.
What else? Rider, Sentai. Anyone noteworthy?
Ultraman?
Yeah.
I like
any,
Judge's Juggler.
or any good Ultraman villains?
Juggy Boy.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
Joe
Judge's
was Juggler.
It's probably
What about
my
what about what's that evil Ultraman? What's his name? The one with the claws.
Oh,
Belia.
Belial.
Belial, that's right. How many forms
I like
does that
Belia
man have?
in
He has his monster form, then he also has he was wearing a cape, and then he had the other form in Jeed.
Okay.
The atrocious
Nope.
form, was it? That was pretty cool.
I liked him as a villain in G. He's pretty good.
Yeah, it was really
He kind of did his whole story in that series.
cool. Okay, the ugly. Let's look at the fugly. So let's judge on designs
Oh, design.
of the villain.
Signs.
Any villain
Yep.
from Wild Force.
As far as designs,
I think Sludge's design was lazy.
it didn't fit in with everyone else.
Everyone else is supposed to be bright and colorful, and he's this just green dude in rusty armor on some gross ship. And I'm like, what are you?
Yeah, like I
supposed to
don't
be
even
a
know what
bounty
you
hunter.
are. Are you like?
I really want to know
lizard?
what's under his armor.
Yeah, like are you a lizard or like? Cause like you're green.
Are you a
I kinda
dinosaur?
see- Yeah, like what
yeah.
are you?
That would have been cool if he was a dinosaur.
The Fugly. Not a big fan of. What the fuck are they called? Give me a minute.
Where are they from?
Thinking right now.
Oh, freaking Ninja Storm's villains.
Oh, Chubo.
Yeah, Chubo and all them. Like Zergane is fine. I like Zergane, but then like
Well, because they have
Mara and Capri have the big ass fucking headdresses, and it just looks fucking dumb.
because they have to add in
Yeah.
the deadly spears, and Hurricaneer starts with 5. They straight up don't use one of them.
Yeah,
It's just weird.
yeah. And then who else?
Typically, whenever I think of like ugly villains,
Oh,
I
Armor
only,
Rangers. They look ugly.
Oh, yeah.
I only ever like tend to think of the henchmen whenever I think of stuff that's really ugly, because I almost never enjoy henchman designs. Like I tried
Henchman designs are really hard to do right.
Yeah. I was watching Gingaman, or I started it recently.
The
And
swabbies
they're so bad.
Yeah, they look
are
so
the worst. Oh my god, they're so bad.
The Lost
Speaking-
Are we
Galaxy.
talking about the foot
Man, and
soldiers
ugly
now?
designs, that little big-headed monster thing, the doctor, the smart one. I was like, what the fuck are you? Oh my god.
Yeah, same with the Mega Ranger henchmen. They look ugly.
Yeah,
I really like the Tokyo ones.
yeah,
Tokyo Ranger Shaolin.
yeah.
they're really-
Tokyo were pretty good. Go Busters are good because you know that I feel like the more robotic ones, those end up looking the best.
I need them to either be robotic or
Your Rangers
gross.
one was so lazy.
Yeah.
How'd you
Because
guys
he,
like
like,
Change Man?
No.
I have not.
Changeman, essentially, Changeman's henchmen are like these little blue guys with blonde wigs, and they're always covered in slime. And I'm like, yes, give me more of this.
Oh god.
Give me more of this.
Oh my.
Like Gal Ranger, like how like whenever in the first episode, like they scratch their face and everything, and then just water just
Oh
starts.
yeah, and there's just
them.
yeah.
And I'm like, give me more of that. If you're not going to make them armored, make them disgusting. Like they're supposed to be villains. Like
Yeah.
Tyrannodrones. Tyrannodrones
I
are
like the ranking system in Deca Ranger, like the different ranks amongst the foot soldiers.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that.
good.
those.
Quantrons, easily my favorite.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I like
Quantrons are
that,
so
yeah.
good.
I want a lightning collection figure of that.
I want figures of those because they never got figures. The freaking
Yeah.
Craterites got figures because those were in the footage. And I'm like, why the
Yeah.
fuck did you never make a Quantron figure? This is bullshit.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of the more recent Sentais have had really good villain design. They've actually been designed a lot better than some of the Ranger suits, I'd argue. Tokuger is always a really good example.
Yeah.
Not Ultra mentioned that in the chat.
Our Geek brings up a really good point, but personally, I don't think the Psycho Rangers are that compelling.
It was because they're all the same design with different colors.
Here's the thing. This is something in Space is a phenomenal season, so this is why I'm just really disappointed in them for this.
Okay.
I don't know why they couldn't have just made the Psycho Rangers attached to them for different people around the city and like give them backstories of like, this is why my life sucks. This is why I hate everything going on.
Yeah.
I'm going to join the bad side or whatever. Like make one of them like
That'd be cool.
the family, make one of them like a struggling student in their school. Makes just, I don't know. Like you could have done that because it's like Neji Rangers, if they're just the same as Neji Ranger, they're just evil
What's Neji Ranger like? What are they?
Yeah,
Are
basically
they-
versions of them. Like it's
Yeah,
the same shit.
Yeah, a
Basically.
lot of the Psycho Ranger arc was just us doing Mega Ranger episodes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was a lot of
Psycho
samey.
Silver. That's a Mega Ranger bit.
Yeah, it is. So I mean, that's the part of the show where we were just kind of burning through more footage because we wanted to for Countdown to Destruction. We wanted to use a lot so that way we could do a big finale. So that's the part of the show where they were like, "All right, well, we want to do this thing, so let's just use all this footage we have." And that's fine. I mean, for me, the Psycho Ranger designs are cool. Yes. As far as like evil versions of the Power Rangers, yes. Very good designs. I like them. They're some of my favorites. Are they the best? Not at all. Like they have a lot of cool moments, for sure. But it's one of those things where they kind of just get overhyped, I feel. They're made to be a bigger deal than they actually are. I mean, the comics have done a good job in elaborating on the psychos a little bit more. I mean, they did okay in the psychopath. The psychopath, I can take it or leave it. That whole thing. But I mean, I thought it was fine. It's nice getting some little backstory on like these villains after so many freaking years. But yeah, I mean, in terms of Evil Rangers, we never really had a good equivalent to the Psycho Rangers. I mean, we had like A Squad and SPD.
A Squad was alright.
They were fine, except it was just Charlie and 4 other Rangers.
Yeah.
That's
basically the Pussycat Dolls.
Yeah, basically. Honestly, A Squad is the equivalent of the Pussycat Dolls and Power Rangers. Because you literally had Charlie, Koichi's wife, a walrus guy, a black guy, and a white guy. That was the team. That was the team.
Fucking walrus.
He was a cool-looking walrus.
He was a cool-looking walrus.
Yeah.
But he never said a fucking thing.
Sure.
I reckon if he were to say one thing, the suit would just melt off.
Yeah, right. Something.
Greg was like, "Don't waste any fucking time with this thing, all right?" I was gonna say the Thunder Rangers, but that really just adds on to Lothar, and how good of a villain he was. He made Blake and Hunter do terrible things over just a lie, over a simple lie.
Yeah, that's all I had.
Yep.
That's all I had to do was lie to you. It's so easy.
Yeah.
What others villain designs that we liked?
I think too. I hate Astronomer's second haircut. I can tell you that much.
Was it the pixie haircut you're talking about?
Pixie bullshit. I hate that.
Yeah.
Wait,
she went like full ghost face and all that. She went super white with her foundation.
What the fuck are you?
Which one is that one again? Which haircut?
Astronomer.
Astronomer.
The red
with
wig.
the pixie haircut. And she was trying to look like a geisha.
She kind of did.
Yeah.
PR designs for a villain is Trakina's dad. What's his name?
Yeah, Scorpius. Yeah.
Scorpius, yeah.
Fucking
Scorpius. No, yeah, he's
so gross.
I love it. It's so nasty.
Like how much
blob? He just fucking sits there.
Like how much lube did they use to make the suit? You know what I mean? Like
right. Exactly.
And I'm like, why is everyone so afraid of this thing? And then he actually shows some of his power, and I'm like, damn. Damn.
And then you think, who did he fuck to get Trakina?
I don't want to know. That's something that's like hentai.
Here's the thing. Scorpius is clearly not a praying mantis, so whatever Trakina's mom was,
right, exactly.
Had to represent that some way.
Right.
Oh, guys, Shadowborg? Anybody?
Oh yeah, Shadow.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, wait. We haven't talked about the best villains, the BDSM villains from Die Ranger.
The Goma?
Yeah,
the freaking bondage people from Die Ranger.
Oh my.
Those are the best villains.
Guys, everyone knows the best villain is Zictor, is Grimlord.
Yeah. Forces of evil empower me.
Forces of darkness empower me. Take me back to my virtual reality.
What about the Machine Empire in Forever Red?
So just the Beetleborgs.
Basically the Beetleborgs.
So just the Beetleborgs, yeah. The Beetleborg designs were definitely better than the actual Machine Empire designs.
Oh yeah.
On my own Power Ranger, this will be a piece of cake. This is my chance to prove myself.
This is my chance to prove myself. I'm awful. I'm Rocky. Hi.
Rocky, why would you do that? Bulk and Skull told me, you listen to them?
You listen to Bulk and Skull. You're an idiot. How long have you been here, Rocky? We're gonna send your ass back to Stone Canyon.
Animated clip of like Dr. Light's like, oh, I burned down the forest. And I was like, you did what? I was like, yeah, Proto Man told me to. I was like, when the fuck have I ever said it's okay to listen to that guy? Fucking win. So good.
What about in Rider? Like, what are your favorite designs in terms of like the monsters?
I love
like,
the Roid View designs. I just think they're so out
Roid
there.
Views, yeah.
What about the Another Riders?
No,
I love them.
I don't care for any of the Another Riders. I think it's lazy.
They're
You reckon?
very,
Cool.
very give and take with them.
Yeah,
Just
like
every
some
time
of
you
them
see
are
it, I love
very good, but then some of them I'm just like, you kind of phoned it in on this one. Like Another Build. Not a fan of that.
Not a fan of that at
Yeah,
all.
it's kind of creepy.
No, don't really like that. Like, but Another Hibiki, I like that one.
Yeah,
Mm,
I like
mm,
Another Drive. He was good.
Yeah, Another Drive is good too.
mm. What about Another Geo?
Yeah.
He just reminds me of. Oh, what? He just reminds me of Decker. I don't know why. It just kind of give me a Decker vibe.
Yeah.
I love the Zanaku suit. That's a great design.
Oh yeah, Zanaku is a good one. Oh, how did we forget this? Friggin' Oscar Baby said the best Toku villain is Tim Curry from Gridman. Obviously,
I think he's the better villain.
Malcolm Meat Thing.
What?
Thing.
I'm curious. What do you guys think of the Grongi? They're very simple, but I feel like I heard back when I was actually watching Kuga that they initially made them too scary and they had to change the designs because kids were too frightened by them.
I feel like that makes sense because like early Heisei, like it really just kind of delved more into the creepiness. They didn't have the designs didn't have to be overly
Complicated.
There
It's
you go,
just
thank
like
you.
Black and Black RX and
No. Like even early Heisei.
Oh,
like
you mean the 2000s?
From like Kuga up until even like
Oh, okay, that how you say.
Fives,
Kabuto.
maybe.
Yeah, fives. There you go. That's a good timeline.
Also,
Hibiki's like a weird one because the first time.
Yeah, well, because like I'm watching Hibiki right now, and
it's like a shift in the middle.
It is, yeah, and so like I get what they're going for with the villains. Like they look kind of cheesy, but at the same time, their mannerisms are still very creepy, and the way they shoot things is very creepy. So it's like it makes me really uneasy, and I'm like, that's very different, and I kind of like that.
Yes.
So, but the Grongi, I feel like that's kind of the same type of thing.
I don't know.
The Grongi are just kind of creepy.
Yeah, they are, especially with that one episode. Hey, go Grayson.
Kamen Rider Oja.
Kamen Oja.
From Ryuki.
Oh, he's a villain.
Have any of you seen Ryuki?
Yeah, I've seen it.
I have not.
No, he's really good. Like, I mean, Ryuki's full of a bunch of assholes, but like he is like the supreme. Like,
He's sadistic. He's
there's an
psycho.
entire episode where they don't even transform. Like he just holds a restaurant at gunpoint for 20 minutes, and I'm like, oh my god.
I remember they were trying to get to the point where like maybe he's redeemable, and then you find out like, oh no, this guy loves to kill people.
He just sucks, guys. He just really sucks.
As a human being, that's it.
Sucks. Designs. I mean, his suit's cool. So there you go, Kamen Rider Oja. I'm trying to think of early stuff. Oh, I really like the first Giga Man General suit. His name is like Bond Smash or something like that. Sandbash. His name is Sandbash, and I really like his suit design. He like always carries like a revolver around him. That's cool. He's voiced by a really popular Sentai voice actor.
What else?
Guys, Tommy Oliver, best villain of all time.
Oh yeah.
Villain of our dreams.
Remember when he was evil for 5 minutes?
Uh-huh.
And then they dragged that on for 7 years.
Yeah.
Guys, I don't know, man. I was just so bad. I like did all this stuff. It's like, dude, it's fine. They forgave you like 10 minutes ago. We're good. It's like, I don't know, man.
Isn't it like
you did a lot of evil stuff? It's like, listen, Jason was rolling on the ground, trying to run away from Goldar longer than you were bad. Okay, so we're good. Just get the fuck out.
Got king for a day. He had to relive all that stuff. He almost like
his past trauma. Oh my god, Tommy!
Yeah,
and then that brings him back. So
I like Draken's suit.
I don't.
It's all right.
Draken's World.
Draken for
but you know how it was the same thing for Jiro of the World. I mean, he was a villain for a few minutes.
He was a villain for a minute.
Yeah, for like 3 episodes.
He was
Not long.
a minute.
For longer than Guy Soul was a hero.
That's true. 3 episodes.
That's,
more than one.
I can't fucking. I hate that I can't fucking argue with that. Fuck you, Ryu Soldier. I hate you. God, I hate you.
God, I hate you so much.
I hate you so fucking much. But I mean, I think we've covered. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Covered a lot.
How about like recently, like with 01's villains are cool. I like the Raiders.
Yeah, like 01 has had actually very good villain design.
I mean, that dude is great. So yeah.
Yeah. I think the more robotic ones are always more memorable for me.
Yeah.
Then again, that's just kind of like my favorite aesthetic is just the robotic stuff. Aesthetic.
Aesthetic.
Asshole aesthetic.
Nope.
Thank you. Exactly.
And we're done. And we've lost it. And
and Shoto.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Yeah, overall, villains are good. They're so
Villains are good, except they're not.
Except when they're not.
Except they're not.
We discussed how much there's a lot of bad villains and a lot of good ones.
Guys, to end it, villains bad.
Villains are bad.
I mean, overall, I would rank from number 3. It would be Power Rangers villains, then after that Sentai, and then Kamen Rider. Like in terms of like the quality.
Like Power Rangers being the top.
Like Power Rangers being the lowest. Like they're
interesting.
like in terms of like like the quality of the in my opinion, based on the show.
I would do the opposite. I would do Rangers at 1.
Okay.
Or actually, no. Rangers at 1, Rider at 2, and then Sentai last.
Okay.
Guys, this just didn't Will hate Sentai. I'm kidding.
To no one's surprise. To no one's surprise at all.
How about you, Dawson? What do you think overall? Would
we're still doing that shit?
Yeah.
We're still doing that shit.
Wow, he's even taking Chris's lines.
I actually do kind of agree with you. When I kind of lay it all out, I think I like Rider villains a little bit more. It's a toss-up no matter what. I think it's kind of what we've demonstrated here. Like, there's some really good Power Rangers and Sentai and Rider villains, and there's some really bad ones.
Super bad. Like, there's basically no sense.
Like, sometimes when they're good, they're really good. But then there's sometimes they are just bad.
Guys, villains are bad.
Villains are bad.
They're just there. They're part of the furniture. Is there anything else?
No.
Are you sure?
Not really.
I didn't. Since when is Chris being so sleepy? He looks so sleepy, Chris.
Fuck you. Now it's
time for one more thing.
One more thing.
Or do we have any questions we need to answer?
No
Do
one
we?
has any
No
goddamn.
passions?
I'm not feeling any passion.
You hate
I have passion in my pants.
We can do some KMKs. KMKs.
KMKs.
KMKs.
KMKs.
Do you
All
do
right.
you want to do Grayson's KMK?
Sure, we'll do some KMKs.
Okay,
All right.
cool.
Go.
All right.
All right. Are you gonna read it or?
Read 'em. Don't you do this to me. So this is kind of really just new for Roland and Aerosol, but Build Genius Cross Magma.
Yeah, I did this.
You have to keep, rewrite, destroy.
What is it again?
Build
Genius.
Cross Magma Grease Blizzard.
Oh shit. Out of those three, I'd kill or destroy Build Genius. And I would
I don't care what else you win.
remold Blizzard and keep Magma. Just because I think for Blizzard they could have tweaked a bit more. Like I like the robotic arm, but I wanted like something additional. Like I want him to have a bit of a more bulky armor, just because he's more robotic and ice themed. But that's just my but yeah. But Build Genius, like I like it, but like compared to the three, it's just a bit of a clusterfuck with the full bottles and stuff.
Aerosol, it's your turn.
I think the lowest for me is Magma. I hate to say it. I like all three of them, to be honest.
What the fuck did you just say?
Myself out. I'm sorry, you guys. I've overstayed my welcome.
Did you just say?
Not Jason's awake.
You know?
You think I have the Genius bottle? No. Screw that thing. You think I have the Blizzard Knuckle? No. Screw that thing. It's just a remold of this beautiful thing.
Also, it was a premium Bandai item, so you probably couldn't get it for a good price.
Shut up.
Probably.
You know, I think I might have changed my mind. You know what? It's a very good suit.
You know what? I think you convinced me.
This is why Dawson doesn't want to come back to us.
True.
Yeah. Probably.
He just gets threatened. He leaves for a few months, and then he comes back, and he's threatened.
I guess I just gravitate towards Blizzard for sentimentality, but
okay.
I don't know. I would definitely remold. What were the options? Destroy, remold, or
keep rewrite, destroy.
Yeah,
you're right. Genius would probably be rewrite. It's like you said. It's a bit too clustered. It's okay. It's not my favorite final form in the world, though.
I mean, you could you could do with less bottles on him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He has too much to drink.
Just one big bottle, just right on the
back. Just a big old
cool. Keep, right, destroy. Will, Tommy and I have already answered these questions, so whatever.
Okay,
yes.
go.
That's fair.
In Space, Dino Thunder, Ninja Storm.
In Space, Dino Thunder, Ninja Storm.
Did I answer this?
Shit, that's hard. What the hell?
Wait,
that's the point. Is what
Chris?
I know.
They were here.
Chris, did I answer this?
Chris, did he answer that?
No, we never talked about this before.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll probably answer it.
Okay, so Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, and who?
In Space.
In Space?
In Space.
Oh,
okay.
shit.
Yeah, this is hard.
I'm sorry, but if I have to kill one, it's gonna be Ninja Storm.
Oh.
I will rewrite Dino Thunder to have the Meso Monster make more sense because it kind of didn't. That whole last arc was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And then I'll keep Space because I think what we got is fine.
I would rewrite In Space to give the Psycho saga a little bit more depth. I would. Fuck.
Fuck you, Chris.
I was.
It's hard, man.
Yeah. Fuck you, Long's Toys. Make sure everyone you tweet at CLong83 on Twitter. Make sure you tell him to go fuck himself, okay?
Unsubscribe.
Go to his house.
I
and
don't
destroy his
care.
Mount Mini Plaza.
Come at me. Fuck. I think I just for the sake, it's I hate myself. I gotta leave Dino Thunder the way it is and get rid of Ninja Storm. I love Ninja Storm, but Dino Thunder holds such a more special place in my heart.
True.
Oh my god. Okay, for me, I think I might be the opposition opinion here. Well, I think I might have to destroy in space, rewrite Ninja Storm, and keep Dino Thunder. Like, I don't know,
Killed me.
Cause like I don't know, Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder were both seasons I grew up with, like as a kid when I was in kindergarten. So they hold like more value to me because I grew up mostly in like the Disney era, sort of.
Okay,
So,
that
It's
makes
Saban era.
sense, I guess.
yeah, the Bond. So I mean, it's not a terrible. Like they're all good shows. It's hard. Chris over here made it hard. So.
Yeah, I know.
Roland, there it's all-
Freaking Chris Long. Freaking asshole. God, I hate Chris Long.
Chris and Josh, what the fuck? No.
What the?
Oh,
All right, Mr. Dawson.
I don't want to be threatened again.
Maybe
You
this
know-
time.
I do actually really like all three of these, so I agree. It's kind of hard. I would keep. I feel like this is generic. I would probably keep In Space. Rewrite.
It's not generic. Good. It's just the right answer.
Yeah. I would rewrite probably Ninja Storm. I'm sorry about the Dino Thunder thing. It's
Cool.
I like it, but it's never mattered like as much to me as I think it has to other people.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
it's because I
Makes sense.
wasn't watching Power Rangers at the time. I had kind of fallen off. So that was one that I went back and
Yeah.
did
Kind of ended it later.
yeah.
Like for me, In Space wasn't even a
SPD,
game.
Dino Thunder would be out. Dino Thunder would be out. But I purposely didn't put SPD in there. So
Yeah.
okay, so
Right.
suits. Keep right, destroy it. Magi Ranger
I don't
Legend.
have my answer. Okay.
Oh wait, never mind. Roland answer. Sorry.
Just keep In Space, and the other two it could be interchangeable. So, but I would rather destroy Dino Thunder just because of JDF in there, and then after that, just keep the Ninja Storm. That's it.
But it's the best version of
Oh
JDF.
yeah, I can rewrite Dino Thunder, so we get someone who will actually
Brad
be there the whole show. Yes! Oh my god, yes! Let's get Brad Hawkins in there. Yeah. Oh my god, can you imagine that suit?
I fucking
Just going, it's time for a gold rush. Oh yeah! And then he just runs through everything. And then
It's
they're like,
time
Dr.
for a
O, that
black
doesn't make
gold
any
rush."
sense. You're black.
fucking
Next
love
up.
that, man. All right, so suits, Magi Ranger Legend, Deca Ranger SWAT, Go Busters Powered Custom.
Oh,
that's really
I'll say it again, Chris. Fuck you. Also.
Fucking
Fuck
hell,
you,
Chris.
Chris Long.
I didn't know Chris is into Kiss Mary Kills. My god, he's really into this.
Yeah, like all of a sudden Chris got into these. I don't know what got into
Yeah.
them.
What the
Shit.
Okay. I'll say my answer
Okay.
first
Either.
because I might get forgotten. Okay. Hold
Okay,
on.
go.
I will keep the Magi Ranger Legends. I will retool the Deca SWAT, and then destroy the Powered Custom. Unfortunately, just because the Powered Custom is not that unique enough for me. As much as I love the combined powers and stuff, I like the Legends because it just adds a bit of pizzazz to the suits, and they're not wearing any capes, so I like that. So.
How dare?
How
How dare you
Oh!
disgrace the cape?
dare you?
Man, we hate
Alright.
each other at the end of this. Okay.
I
I
think I'm in
already
the
hate
similar.
Corey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you hate me.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. I fucking hate your guts.
Yeah. Oh,
I think I'm in a similar boat as Corey. I think I would keep Deca Ranger SWAT, but I will rework Magic Ranger the Legend suits
okay.
just to like I don't know they're
Put the
horn
capes
things.
back on.
Yes, probably.
You know what? Put longer capes on Magi Ranger Legend.
Yeah, exactly. Then yeah, maybe I'll destroy Go Buster Power Coast. Even though I love that power up, it's probably the only team power up we've had in a while,
Mhm.
which sucks, but that's how it is. So
It is what it is.
It
it'll be
is.
destroyed by being good. So that's not bad.
All right.
I would say I want to keep the Deca Ranger SWAT. I think it fits really well for their just the aesthetic.
Mhm.
I would retool the Go Busters, and I hate to say it, but I would just get rid of the Magi Ranger. I love Magi Ranger. Magi Ranger is my favorite series. I've never really been into their power up form. I don't know.
I'm going to stand up for myself, and I hate you too.
You know what? That's good. Don't be a pushover like real Corey.
All right. I would keep SWAT the way it is. I would rewrite Legend to have more power, and I would just destroy Powered Custom.
Okay.
Hiromu's suit has the best design. Yoko and Ryuji's just gets the short end of the stick for no reason.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just put some cubes on blue, and then like they put some curves on yellow.
Yeah.
And your turn. Social.
Yeah, I'll keep swap mode. We're gonna retool legend mode. I actually kind of want to put a long cape on that because thinking about it, that would look sick.
Like up to the ankles.
Kind of reminds me of Ryu Soldier's little whatever the fuck that was that they did.
Okay, yeah.
I'm thinking like that, but on a good show. And you know what? I get the whole aesthetic of the lion staff being a rotary phone, but I think it's just kind of boring. Like if it could turn into because it has like a makeshift crossbow mode for yellow, but like everyone else is just like, okay, we just get a stick, So maybe if it had some more versatility, I would like it a little bit more. So I would probably rework that a little bit. And then probably just get rid of Powered Custom, unfortunately.
Yep. All right.
So
Is everyone answered?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Surprisingly.
Keep Rewrite Destroy, Go Busters, Magi Ranger, Shinkenger.
Fuck you.
Oh my God. What the hell?
Chris, just a middle finger to you, man.
Chris,
just a middle
what's going
finger right
on?
here. Middle finger. Yeah.
Again, everyone tweet at CLong83 on Twitter. Fuck you.
I was gonna say leave a comment on the channel, but you can't.
You can't.
Far out. Magi Ranger, Shinkenger, and
Go Busters.
Okay, I'll answer first. I will. Oh my God, here we go. Ooh.
Here it goes.
I will keep Go Busters. I will rewrite. Oh my God. I'll rewrite.
This is what Kiss Mary Kill should have been the whole fucking time.
I'll kill. Oh no, I'll rewrite. Shinkenger, and because I haven't watched all of Magi Ranger, I'll just separate my feelings towards them and
That's
just
easy.
kill it.
Very
Yeah.
cool. How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about his answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's wrong.
You're wrong. You're wrong
It's
for
just
being
a wrong
wrong.
answer. It's just wrong.
I'm gonna throw a soda at you.
Okay. I would probably kill Shinkenger, which hurts, but Majin Ranger and Go Busters are like my two favorite series. It hurts to like pit them against each other. But I do feel like ultimately Go Busters is probably better written.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'll keep it and rewrite some of Majin Ranger. I don't know what I'd rewrite. Maybe give the final villain more of a personality, but that's about it. I really love that series.
That was a good show.
I would keep Go Busters, rewrite Shinkenger, get rid of Magic Ranger. I enjoy Magic Ranger, but not as much as I do the other ones. So there's that.
Not into family
Hard.
dynamics, to be honest.
I will do just something a little bit different than that. I will keep Shinkenger. I will rewrite Go Busters to get Gavin the fuck out of that show.
Yes.
I forgot he was even in that.
I will rewrite it to get I will rewrite it to get Gavin out of that fucking show, so we don't have to deal with him. And then only because I haven't seen all of Magic Ranger, I would get rid of Magic Ranger.
All right, Roland and Aerosol, you haven't answered this question yet. Suits.
Wait, I haven't answered.
Oh wait,
Yeah, Josh hasn't answered either.
Sorry,
Dickhead.
Josh, who gives a fuck? Who gives a shit if Josh answered or doesn't?
I know. I mean, you're right, because Josh hasn't seen these three shows anyway.
Who gives
so
a good goddamn if Josh has seen anything?
Well, if I haven't seen it, I'll probably just say, keep Go Busters because they have keys. Rewrite Majin Ranger because they didn't
because they didn't what?
They didn't rewrite Majin Ranger to have some
More
keys,
keys.
I guess. Yeah, more keys. I guess.
give those Magic Rangers some keys.
I like the Magic Dragon. That was cool.
Give that Magic Dragon a key.
And I guess destroy Shinkenger because they didn't use keys. Oh no, they had that weird Gao Ranger, Gao Lion, like the Shinkengo Kakayo. That was weird. It should have been called Gao. That's why I would destroy Shinkenger since apparently I haven't saw him. So
All right, I guess Roland gets out of this one. Never mind, he's back. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
All right. Keep right, destroy Suits, Deca Master, Woolzard, Outbreak Killer.
I don't really have an attachment to Outbreak Killer because I haven't seen the show.
Because the other two I really like are both canines. Damn it.
I think I would get rid of Woolzard, retool Outbreak Killer, and keep Deca Master.
I will keep Woolzard, and then I will retool Deca Master. I don't know why we're gonna retool him to, and then kill Outbreak Killer. I think you could add something to Deca Master. That's what I'm thinking.
I would make his handcuffs blue because they're just plain silver like everybody else's.
Right.
Yeah,
I reckon Deca Master could have like some sort of extra extra appendage or some sort of other form like later on, like a more vicious type of form. But I don't know. But yeah.
When I answered this in our private discussion, I was saying Deca Master could have like a tail coat, like the Deca Ranger does.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I like
yeah.
adding long pieces of fabric to suits in case you guys couldn't tell.
Kind of like
The way to go.
Yeah, so
Like
I just
European.
like making them more flowy.
Yeah.
I guess that's why I like wizard suits so much. So I just want to see a dress in Sentai, guys. Is that so much to ask?
Every time I put you in a skirt, you complain. So every time I gave you more longer fabric, you bitched about it. What else can I fuck you guys over on?
How about on one more thing, because we're at 3 hours of this now.
We are.
You can fuck us later.
Now it's
You can
time
fuck us later.
for
Okay, it's time for.
Close Magma.
Wow, that was
Wow,
anticlimactic. All right, cool.
All right, Chris. Yeah, that's it. We're pretty much done.
So can we say the joke's over now?
Yeah.
It's been over in my
Okay,
head for
cool.
the past
I mean,
hour.
yeah, the joke's been over. I mean, we know that.
No.
But I think we did a lot better than the streets did, I would say. I am a proud member of Breakdown tonight. I'm really proud of you guys for sticking with it.
Oh, you mean not throwing away the bit and throwing away the turning my lights on?
Throwing away the bit within the first 5 minutes of the episode. Yeah, you guys did a really good job with that.
I will say, I just knew the tone of the
I'm
episode was going to
sorry,
be
I'm
when
like
Chris
that.
just like the first thing is just Chris just going Zoppity, and I'm like, do you know anything about me?
I'm not gonna lie. There was a moment there I really started to hate fake Corey.
I don't really laugh like this. Sorry. My name. So I'm going to introduce myself to you. Hello.
now they've properly met because Roland's just been pretending to be Corey the whole time.
He had no idea.
He has no idea. But yeah, we know this was really last minute. We know April Fool's was on Wednesday, but we didn't care. We wanted to do something funny for this week. And given the state of things in the world right now, any amount of humor is good right now, okay?
Right.
Even if it's stupid. So
Yeah, next
I
week
think
we're
someone's
just
gonna
gonna ramble up the
I think, considering we literally just dropped this on you guys, and you still tuned in, no questions asked. I think that's really cool. So thank you guys.
Double digits. Yay!
Yeah, exactly. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys keep checking these 3 out on Breakdown. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel, of course, for all this stuff. I'll probably be back on the streets next week to go yell at everyone and figure out what the fuck happened.
Here on out, from
I love
here on out,
my colleagues get in trouble.
here on out, Breakdown and the streets
I'm like-
are just gonna look like Q Ranger. We're just gonna like scramble everybody around.
Yeah, I mean, this is a base. I think this is gonna be like the new kind of thing. Yeah, it's gonna be like Q Ranger, where it's just like Scramble City. It's gonna be 5 random fucks on the call every week. I don't know.
Tommy and Grayson and I are going to make some tea and just watch Will tell them off next week. I'm excited.
Yeah, exactly. That's just what's happening. But anyway,
Yeah,
we
can't do anything right.
we hope you guys enjoyed it.
Just follow the links
we
down
ha-
below. Grayson will upload a new Prognosatsu topic for next week's breakdown.
Be
Follow
patient.
our socials. Oh, by the way, I forgot to, because it's not part of Now I'm Here. I have an Instagram. Please follow Spring Rolls Customs on Insta. So I'll do some custom hauls and all that, tokusatsu, anime, and Marvel themed. So I do promote this the breakdown over there. Just keep an eye peeled. I've been putting some retro customs over there of different Beast Morphers ranges. But yeah, please follow. Please.
You know,
And freaking what's his face commented on it.
first of all, his name is Colby James Strong.
Colby Strong. He freaking commented on your picture.
Commented on the photo, and what's her name? Ben and Betty both liked a couple of the customs I did for them. So
Nice, very nice.
and also Adam Rod as well. Adam Rodriguez. Abraham.
Yeah.
Abraham.
Not AB baby liked your picture. Yeah.
Please follow and keep your eyes peeled over there. I'll put up some more fun stuff.
And yeah, you know, guys, follow me at CLong83 on Twitter. Subscribe to Long's Toys. I post 5 videos a day. And I will be linking my personal Facebook page in the description. So please send me all the friend requests. Stalk me all you want, all that good stuff.
Follow me at
Can we personally thank Haruto for coming to the show?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Aerosol, it's your first episode of the breakdown. What do you think?
Yeah, it was confusing. I don't know if it's like this
Sorry
every
about
week,
that.
but
Would you, if we asked you to be back on a more proper episode, would you come back?
depends.
You
Are you
haven't
going
met
to
us yet.
scream at me again?
No.
Okay.
I only scream at Tommy.
Of course not.
Well, I scream back.
You're always
so-
welcome.
No, you don't. You don't do anything.
Well, I will. So.
You literally
You're
don't.
just gonna sit there and take it, okay?
Well, I'm not gonna take it anymore. I'm just being Josh for
We're
a
mad as
shut
heck,
up.
and we're not gonna take it anymore.
Shut up, Tommy.
Shut up, Grayson.
Someone get
Oh.
right now. Someone
I
get,
Yeah.
Look at my fellow co-workers fighting
puts a
each
few
other.
ranger keys in his lap, thinks he's hot.
Hey,
Shit.
the camaraderie is breaking
Like
down on
Break.
breakdown, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah.
Aerosol, I'll be in touch with you. What are you gonna tell me some topics that you like? Maybe we can work it into an episode. Figure it
Alright.
out.
I'll leave that
Are
to
you on? Are you on Pacific time?
Central.
Oh God, no, I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
it's like
he's like, oh God, you asshole! You're right in the middle of everything.
But
You
yeah.
fucking Wyoming.
I'm in Chicago.
Whoops.
No, I'm in Wyoming. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure. Wherever the fuck that is.
The state
It's
that has
Idaho, you
only, like,
idiot.
10 people.
All right. I think that's it.
Yeah, that's it. See you guys next time.
Keep it juicy.
Bye.
Keep it
Next year, you should go to the 90s.
Da-da-da-da.